Anyone in there? Hello? Am I all my lonesome? I'm gonna put on the music now, but I just want y'all to know I'm here. And I'm sorry that I'm 3 minutes late. See you in a minute. Shoot. Oh God. I'm freaking out. It's just me. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna go live while I get ready, because you know. And just like that, he began the live stream on a high note, in his mind at least, because there's no one here to tell him how he did. Oh, there's an audience? Shit. Okay. What's up, everybody? I am still getting going here. Do you guys notice the haircut? That is why I am just a bit underprepared. You go and get one haircut, and you know, your schedule just gets demolished as a result. But it's okay. So I had scheduled. I worked until 3 today. Lunch has just asked, "Damn, who's that sexy man? Am I allowed to say that?" Absolutely. Men can be sexy too. Men can acknowledge this. It's totally fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Anyway, so yes, I got a haircut. And I was supposed to go straight from work, 3 o'clock, pew, straight to a haircut. We closed early at the museum because Taylor Swift is having a concert at the Rose Bowl. So Pasadena says we'd rather than have kids learn, we'd rather have people pay $60 to park in your parking lot. I can't argue with that. So we got to close early. So I'm like, this is sweet. I'm going to go rush and get a cut. I was told, like, hey, I got no one. I'm free all day, said my friend. And I'm not mad at my friend. The story that I'm telling is not one of anger toward my friend. I just had bad luck that the person right before me, like right before I got there, my friend got handed a client who then wanted to do a blow dry and stuff. And from what I understand, this takes time. This is a process. And so I was supposed to be like starting just before 4, get my haircut done, come here, finish reading how Automa works. Not gonna lie, I have not finished that book. It's been a busy day. And then I'd be like, good. And then now here we are, and I'm like struggling to get like stuff done as quick as humanly possible so that we may begin. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Let me know in the chat. Happy to see ya. Sorry I have my face buried in all of these bits at the moment, but how are we looking? How are we sounding? Hair looks great, says Slivers, so maybe it's going to be worth a little bit of beginning of the show panic. I really appreciate that, guys. This is Scythe. We're gonna attempt the Automa system here. It seems pretty slick. I was reading it, and it seems awesome. I was just, the last bit I had read was all to do with the movement and the way that everyone moves, and Nick was all like, derp, 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 this seems really hard. And I'm like, you're an idiot. It seems easy. No, it doesn't. Even in the books, the Stags was like, there's a learning curve with the movement, but you'll figure it out. Yeah, and so I decided to stream because Nick's getting a car. And that's cool. That's dope. So I'm like, I can stream. I know stuff. I can pretend I know about a board game for a couple hours. And I just realized I haven't checked any sound stuff. Sorry, folks. Yeah, so I figured I've been wanting to play Scythe again, but every time I play Scythe, Nick cries because I stomp him into the ground. And I figure, you know what? It doesn't cry are inanimate objects and Automa systems. So let me play that. Let me play against the computer, as it were, and use the app Sidekick. Oh yeah, forgot about that. I don't have that. Totally forgot about that. What's it called? Yeah. So I figured, like, you know what? Nick's out of town. Like, let me give this a shot. Let me do a little stream. Let me do a little something. See how it goes. So we're gonna give it a go, guys. We're gonna give it a go, and I'm really happy to see we've got lots of familiar faces in here. I'm probably going to have questions at some point about like, how does this work? So if I'm doing anything wrong, please let me know. For I wish to play the game correctly because I want to give an accurate idea of how this solos. Also because like I myself would like to know. I want This is a game I could see being interested in playing solo. So I want to know what it's like. Sorry, I still haven't looked at the chat that much, guys. We're used to the half-hour setups by now. I know. I was like panicking and trying to move as quick as I could while the music was playing, and I'm like, you know what? Just go live. Just talk. It takes that long to set up anyway. Usually the game is set up and it just takes that long to start. So this time I have an excuse. Like, well, we didn't start for the first hour, but you see, Mike had to do stuff. Hey, Mike, says Slivers, what's up, man? Did I miss something? The app has the Automa super simple. Oh, really? The thing I love about solo is how the game changes so drastically from being a Cold War to a chase from a mad dog. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this. Just because it seems interesting that they're trying to go for the factory and spread out and stuff, and it hits a point where they can just start walking on water and plugheadius. I'm sorry, Prime butchered that. Just subscribed with Twitch. Prime, thank you so much for the subscription, man. Oh, Slivers got deleted. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm missing so much, guys. I'm like doing all that, and I'm freaked out. There's a rumor, says Slivers. And welcome, plugheadius. Hello. I'm starting to seriously consider getting this as I get deeper into solo gaming. I'm gonna look at this Scythe. Is that what it's called? Just in a minute. But Slivers was trying to say something that got Moobot said, we don't like secrets here or something. I don't know what's going on. What's up, Slivers? Say it in calm. You may be getting a package tomorrow. Really? Cool. Like a bomb or what? Is that all we get to know right now? Are you being... What's up? I love packages. They're literally my favorite. That's one of the best things about doing this is that we get packages fairly often because we like buy equipment or get a game to stream, and it's just like, oh, it's so good. I love opening stuff. What is it? A lot of people do like this game solo. I've heard a lot of good stuff. The Automa system, which was developed for viticulture and then now adapted for this, has people seem to really enjoy it. Sidekick. Okay, sorry guys. And real quick, while we're at it, Nick and I were talking because Slivers brought up a good point the other day. We have, as we all know, we have Moobot. And we were talking about whether or not it's necessary at this point, how much use is it versus how much annoyance and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm sorry. So Sliver said the package arriving tomorrow may just be a rumor. We cannot confirm nor deny at this time. We'll just have to wait. I wish it was tomorrow now. Damn. Bing, bing. What's going on? Me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. In life. So anyway, Nick and I were talking about, is it more hassle than it's worth, and blah, 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 blah. So we're thinking about ditching Moobot. It's very fun and everything, and we joke at it and stuff, but he brought up a fair point that, like, if it's someone just pops in for the very first time, and then this Moobot, like, times them out, and blah, 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 and doesn't know what's going on, maybe it could be off-putting. And I think that's fair. So I think we might be doing away with Moobot soon here and seeing how it goes. Yeah, and like Lunch has just said, Cheryl for moderator. We have many fine people right here that right now we don't really need a moderator, to be perfectly honest. We ain't that big a deal. And if we got to the point where we did need a moderator because the trolls be coming or whatever, we could. We have many folks who would be damn fine moderators. So Alexander has seconded Cheryl, not just for moderator, but for president moderator. Shiza, plugheadius is in the UK, so it's 2 a.m. over here. I only ever really watch the streams after the fact, but I thought I'd pop in to say hi. Hello! Nick, a lot of times on Saturdays, will be doing streams at like 9 a.m. our time, so much friendlier for UK time, just so you know. And we're hoping to eventually get to the point where we're doing some earlier streams on a more regular basis just to hit more folks. But that's awesome. We're so happy you're here. I'm sure you're up at 2 a.m. because you're raging after the royal wedding, just getting crunk and whatnot. It's funny. Like I was talking to Dan and Matthew and everyone, and I was like, do you guys care? Do you, you know, and... Crook 743, just a crook and wing off of the 747, a true 747. It's been gifted a subscription. Welcome to the party. I mean, you're already part of the party, you know what I mean? But welcome, Team Bing Bong. I thought the sun was, this time is much friendlier in Australia. It's 11:20 a.m. here. Just polishing off an espresso, getting at it. Yeah, that's really, you know, our goal is to find a way to, you know, go part-time at our jobs. Nick and I were talking about that yesterday, about like, what's the next step? What's our goal? What are we trying to, you know, what's a year? Speaking of Nick, anyone think this stream just started kicking ass right around 6:05 today when Mike the Murph popped up? And Nick and I were talking about what's the next step and what are we trying to do, and we want to be able to go like part-time at our job so that we could do maybe Tuesday it's the original stream. Maybe that's always still at 6:30 p.m. because there's people that are expecting that. But maybe throughout the week we have some that are earlier so it catches UK people, some that are later so it catches some of the Australians. Boom, Dretto. All the way from Australia, getting subscribed up in this mug. Thank you, as always, for everyone for the continued pay it forward mentality that we have, where everyone likes to take care of fellow people that join this chat. Welcome to Team Bing Bong, everyone. And yeah, like I said, it's hard to please the whole world, so we're figuring if we can eventually have kind of a even more aggressive schedule where, you know, we have different shows at different times. We really try to cater to everybody and make sure that there's at least one show a week that's going to hit almost everyone, you know. Anyway, so enough about that. Mike's hair looks good. Thanks, man. Just got chopped up. I was saying I've been all day trying to read this Automa book. I got some read before work. I read a little bit on lunch. It's just like it's been me against the world. Like I went to go have lunch, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the aquatic center. I'm gonna get away from the madness of the museum. I'm gonna get my lunch. I'm gonna sit and read. And then like it took 20 minutes to get a burrito. And I was the only person in the cafe. Like, I do not know what was going on. But it took all of my lunch just to get my food, so I didn't have time to read on my break. And I'm like, fuck, man. And I was just like, oh, well, it's okay. I'm just going to go get in, get my haircut done, get out, and I'll read and stuff. And then the haircut debacle took a long time. And then I couldn't read. And so, once again, I have not gotten through the whole Automa book as of yet. But we're going to figure it out together, folks. Nick, entertain the people while I furiously read. Just kidding. So we're gonna play Scythe. I'm playing the Eagle people. What is it? The Crimean River, folks. And I'm gonna be playing opposed by the Buffalo dudes over here. They say like if it's your first time, like just do the thing that's far away, you know, so you don't like. And I'm gonna play it on Automata, which is the easy mode. Crimean, thank you. I was just like, I know it, and I can't get it. Crimean. Oh, Grandma's the one talking shit. Oh, Grandma said my hair looks good. Okay, thanks, Grandma. I thought she was the one saying this stream sucks. Yeah, we're gonna play the Automa system. Seems pretty slick. So basically, this deck of cards right here, which I'll slide in a smidge, so it's actually on camera. I'm sorry for like the word downhill. This is a big game, folks. It's tough to get it all up in this thing. DJ Fox up in this biatch. What's new inside the gun? Done. Draw first player. Holy shit. Wreckage. Oh no. This is too. I can't. This looks dope, this app. I'm not going to use it though. Because I'm halfway to learning this. I'm 0% of the way to learning this. Yeah, and it randomly picks the Automa and stuff, so that would kind of blow that thing up. Anyway, we have all these Automa cards. There's 19 cards in that deck right there. I've got these 8 reference cards, so I can kind of like figure that. Daboni! Murph, bam! Daboni! Murph, bam! You need lofted ceilings for a higher camera. We could go higher on the camera, but then you just see like the sides of the table and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. It'd be cool if we had some sort of like floating perfect set thing that, you know, I don't know. See the floor down there, and I don't know if anyone cares. I'm like, ew, I want to see that. Nick says he's dabbing, he just can't see. I heard from here, dude. Dabbing 400 miles away. You don't think I didn't feel that shit? I super did. So anyway, it's basically gonna be me versus this AI character who's gonna be kind of trying to spread out and move around, and I think you know, they're just trying to get in my way, I think. Because the Automa doesn't produce stuff. It doesn't do any of that. It just kind of like, they just kind of move around and I think kind of get in the way. And they're trying to head toward like the factory is the main goal from what I understand. Sakura says, use the app for the end game scoring and I'll love it. I'm sure I will. I'm really excited for that app. I'm like, oh, I just wish I had more time. Which I need to get over because we didn't have more time and it's over. I'm just going to quickly get these guys the rest of the way set up. So they just have a little player mat out here. They don't need the move mat things. The cards dictate what they do. No need for that nonsense. But you do need the mechs. You need their character and their workers. Oh! Lunch is gifted her ma a subscription. Is Mom here too? Did I miss it? Mom! Oh, Jesus. Oh, hi. Mom said, Mikey, Grandma, Crystal, Nick, John, and I are watching you. So watch your language. What's up, everybody? What's up, fam? I thought everyone just started saying fam. I was just like, we're saying fam now? I'm down with that. I like that. What's up, guys? You're watching a wholly unprepared man attempt to do his very best. So I'm just going to get this set up. So the Automa's going to start with 5 Canes. I'm just going to put the Automa's stuff kind of up on this half and their cards and whatnot. And I'll put things that you need to see over there. And down below the screen right here, I have all of the resources, money, and our medals and things like that. Dab on it! Dab, dab, dab. Dab on it. Dab, 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 dabaroo. How is everyone out there in the world? How is Sacramento? What's the weather like, kids? Power specified on its mat, then place and face down. Okay, place on what's popularity token 10. Place 2 workers. So their power is going to be set at 4, which will come into combat. And if I need to, I'll slide out of the way so you can see the power right there. They're going to get one of these cards. We're just going to sit down right there. I'll put that above, actually. Above. So the popularity for the Automa is going to stay right here at 10 forever. It will not move. We have 2 workers out here and the character per normal. That's how we had set up. I'm the same way on my little peninsula right over here. Confirmed, Mike can read. I could be faking it real good. Look at Nick being funny. Are you guys all... So, Nick, are you just trying to boost the viewership? Like, I'm going to watch on my account. And we'll have Mom watch on her account. We'll have Grandma make an account so we'd like look like we're really popular. So that'd be pretty sweet. I think that's smart. Slivers is lay tired. Why are you tired, man? Were you working today? Just recuperating from like all the crazy travel and stuff, which would be totally understandable. Place Mexican stars and workers on the faction mat. Cool workers, stars, all that stuff are over there, ready to go. Oh, lunches guy, it's getting handled by the MoveBot. Once again, we're gonna shut down the MoveBot probably here. I didn't have time to even look at it. Pick one of the 4 on my star tracker cards. Set it. Okay, so we're on. Okay, for difficulty, we're on Automata. Our little baby Automa system. Place a tech cube. Oh, that must be one of these. Where are the... Panic mode. Travel on late nights of work. Slivers, man, my dude. If you do need to duck out at some point to rest, 'tis totally understandable. This is the Star Trekker. It's going to be sort of tracking the progress and progressing the game for us. These cards are kind of cool. They have two sides. Basically, the green side, which is Scheme 1, which we start on, and then at some point, we're going to cross over to 2, and I do believe that then it starts like, the Automa starts whooping ass. That's my fear. That's what happened. Beast of Gevaudan. Gevaudan. Beast of Gevaudan. Hello. How are you? So the single player side, give a feel for the game. I've heard Scythe is good, but I've never watched a video or anything on it. So this will be my first time watching it. I'll let other folks answer that because it's my first time playing Scythe solo, so I really don't know. I do believe it does. It's definitely its own thing, but anyway, I'll let other folks much more certified folk. Certified? I got no words today, guys. We talk to babies all day. You just don't get used to using words. You get used to using like facial expressions and screaming at them and tell them to hush. So anyway, on the cards, it's going to basically dictate what the Automa does. The Automa is going to move. The Automa is going to gain stuff. There's little things on the side for combat and whatnot. And yes. And it's just going to be me versus the Automa and trying to, the game will end when 6 stars get placed, either the Automa's or my own. And then from there, there's winning conditions, I believe, or something. I honestly have not gotten that far in the book. Anyway, when there's a recruit icon, be followed by their power coin, popularity, combat card icon. If you've enlisted the recruit, the corresponding recruit ongoing bonus, then you gain that bonus. Sweet. There's different things that help kind of cover. There's, we can do recruitments and stuff down here. And it's just like, oh, but there's not someone else to build structures, which would give me bonuses. So they cover that in this. And if it matches something that you've already done, you get the bonuses of that. So that's cool. Update the Star Trekker. In the update Star Trekker, a step of the Automa's turn. If there's a star symbol in the center of the card, you update it. If not, not. All right. Cool. So some of the cards are going to move this forward. Some will not. So it's not a guarantee. And I think with the auto meta system, we have more time before stuff gets wrecked. Also, with the movement, they just can kind of start moving onto lakes and stuff after a certain point, and that'll be indicated here when there's no more little water stuff, which I assume is quite small on your screen, so don't worry about it, but I'll let you know when they can start walking on water. This playthrough will help you see the mechanics and how things work. Hey, says Cheryl. What's up, Cheryl? People have nominated you for moderator of the chat and president already, so it's been a good night for Cheryl, guys. It's going quite good. Nick! Twitch code 1860704. 1860704. You damn bing bong. Also texting to you. Yeah, I agree, Sakura. I think it's like as always, once you Debone it! Oh man. Debone it! Thank you for the cheer. Plughead. Sounds like an old-timey like Archie insult. You damn plughead. Thank you so much for the cheer. Appreciate that. Those little cheers just are wonderful because it gives me hope in myself. Stars in the schemes, which if a token on the star chart is placed in a complete next to the triumph track. Ooh, what's a triumph track? Oh shit. Where should the triumph track be? Is that like a thing, or is that just like I create one? because that sounds fancy. So the Automa's going to be moving around. The Automa's going to be gaining stuff like mechs and whatnot and more workers. They're going to be trying to go to the factory and just kind of like take stuff away and I think generally get in the way. Orb Weaves, good morning! Good morning to you. Hope you all having a good morning over there. You know what I mean? They're going to bash other sheep. Cool. Starting this game, the first time the Automa gives to get started this way, you do two things. That'd be the switch. Shuffle the two compounds and then create a whole new switch to the card at the end of the game. So the Automa can get its stars just through the movement of this, and also if they win combat, they can get up to 2 stars that way. So that can progress their path to victory. My only question, folks, is what this on the thing does. So we've got the combat stuff and then this next to it, the little resourcey thing, and how that goes. But I suppose we can figure that out together, can't we? Yeah, Nick, keep them talking, Nick. Keep them talking. It's the resource box. That's the only thing I'm like not 100% on. Like, when do we do this? Oh, Alexander's on his weekend. I guess I just started my weekend too. My 1-day weekend. Holla. Walking on sunshine. Whoa. On sunshine. Whoa. You know what, guys? We're going to figure it out together. I'm sure I'll have questions, but I got my reference cards somewhere right here. So we can figure this thing out together. I'm going to begin. So the goal is to kind of get your little engine going. You're moving around the board and stuff. You're building mechs, deploying more workers, getting various resources to help you build your structures and do all of these different things. All in the name of getting your 6 objectives. There's many more than 6 things you can get stars for. You need 6 to end the game. So that's one thing I really like about this game is that it's not just the same 6 things every time. It's like, well, maybe you can do this. Maybe you're a little more combat heavy this game and get 2 of your stars that way. You know, depending on what your character, your faction's ability is, maybe that changes your strategy a little bit that game. You know, there's lots of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Like my little character's powers, once per turn, you may spend 1 combat card as if it were any 1 resource token. I don't start with any combat cards, but if I gain any, I can kind of spend them as wild resources, which might be useful. Yeah, so let us... We got Auleon. Let us begin. When you're playing, you have down here just go like that. Sketch it. You have a little player board. On this here player board, you have different types of actions you can do. You can trade, which means you can get resources you don't have. There's food, oil, metal, and wood or iron. So you can pay a coin to like get some stuff if you don't have the ability to produce those resources just yet. You can bolster, you can pay a coin to basically slide up on the power track, which will help you get to one of your objectives, but also help you in battle. There's usually a couple points of combat in a game. It's definitely not the focus of the game. You can move people around. You can move little workers. You can move mechs. You can move your character. Your character is the person ultimately you want to get to the factory to get a factory card or to do these various encounters, which will give you a few options of stuff to do. And you can produce. So at the beginning, you can produce on 2 hexes that you have workers on. And for every 1 worker, you'll produce 1 of whatever resource that happens to be. My workers, at the start of the game, I have 1 worker that's on a food resource space and 1 that's on a worker resource space. So if I were to produce right now, I would get 1 food and 1 more worker, which is nice because the more workers you have, the better. But the more workers you have, the more you have to pay to use them. You gotta pay your people, man. Yeah, that is most of what I know. And then I'm going to go, then the Anima is going to go. And the Anima is going to be dictated by this stack of cards up here. And they're going to be kind of just trying to do the same thing, spread out, move around, do their thing. Again, the first, at the beginning, they're going to be trying to get to the factory, and they can kind of like teleport and stuff, which is interesting. And as the game progresses, they'll get the ability to kind of walk on water and really just kind of move around and be a pain in the ass, I think. That's my general vibe, is that they try to be a pain. And just kind of be a stick in the mud, be in your way and whatnot. So I'm just going to put my things back in order, folks. Okay. Let's give it a go, guys. So the start, it's going to be, let's see, I don't know. These player boards down here, it's nice. They're all different. They all have the same things on them, but one of the player boards might be a little bit better at one thing versus another. Oh, I started with 6 coins, by the way. I'm going to get my money. Money is also victory points. Let's put my money right over here. You're always kind of like, it's a little easier for you to do one of the actions than a couple others. It looks like ultimately it's going to be the easiest for me to deploy mechs if I can upgrade enough. Sweet. So that might kind of dictate what I do. This one here, for my enlisting, I can pay with food and at least start on a food resource area. I can move over here to get iron and such. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to produce. I'm going to go right here, and now I can choose any 2 hexes that I have workers on, or a mech. Or if the mech can move the workers around, and you can produce. So I've only got these 2 folks right here. I have 1 on a food, and we've got the realistic resources out here. Bam. And this is going to produce a worker. So I bring a worker from my board right here. Plap. Put it right down there. As of yet, if I were to produce continually, there's no bonuses or things that I have to pay, rather, penalties. Though the next time I put out a worker, that will be the case. So you can't just, unless you have a character that says you can't just like do the same action over and over and over again. You got to move it around and kind of boogie, which is something I actually really enjoy. I really enjoy kind of getting into the rhythm of like, I'm going to move over here, I'm going to do that. It's like capoeira, man. So I'm going to move now. Oh, no, I'm going to do the Anima. Duh. Oh, my God. So now I'm going to flip over an Anima card. And we're going to do these things in order. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to move, if there's a legal move for them to do. If this right here has brackets, that's going to be faction-specific stuff. And if you're playing against the faction that is listed here, in this case I am, this is that faction, you'll do that action. And it's to move a worker. And yeah, so I'm gonna move a worker, and the movement stuff is kind of bizarre. You have to move basically anything that's the closest to your home base space right here. That's who you're going to move. You're trying to get away from where you begin. You're trying to go out there and manifest destiny, some shit, man. You're trying to see the world. So you're going to always determine who's closest. In this case, it's a tie, so you go in reading order. So you go top and left and then over. So that'd be this dude right here for a worker. And they're going to move toward the factory, basically, if I have that right, folks. They're going to move toward the factory. And they can kind of teleport to people. Once you have like mechs and stuff out here, they can kind of just beam over nearby, and they have some sort of tech we don't have. But in this case, I have a worker right here. They can move right here, which is closer to the factory. It's a legal move. They can't cross rivers and stuff just yet. Let me know, guys, if I got that right. This is just a standard non-combat workers movement. But yes, bam. So once they move, then they're going to get stuff. In this case, they're going to bolster 4 times. So they're going to go from 4 power, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 8 power. And this is one of the spaces that's going to boop, boop, move that star tracker forward 1 space. So yeah, dang. That is that. I do believe. I do declare. Let me know, folks. And then we'll just double check before we boogie down. Let's see. You choose, this is moving a worker. You choose the worker closest to the automa's base. We do reading order if there's a tie, which we do. Said almost, Charal said that. Held a message for, what? No. That's not sexual. That's a chicken sound. To be fair, if you sound out just the second half in all caps, it can sound like something inappropriate. So when you move them, you have to move them in the neighborhood of any automa unit or in the neighborhood of the automa's base. I can't, for like workers here, you can't move onto like enemy spaces. And it can't move it where there's another automa worker. So in this case, I move this guy to here to there because there is no other automa worker there. And we put them in a valid hex in the neighborhood of the most automa units, not in the neighborhood of enemy combat units, closest to the factory. So we're all good on that movement. Pow. Cool. We're moving on. So now I'm going to move. And now I can move 2 people, 2 units. And if I had a mech, I could like group people together to move the whole party over. I can move 2 people, 1 space apiece at this time. I don't have anything that gives me more movement than that. And you can move your character counts as one of these people. So I'm going to move one of my workers over and my character over 1 space. Yeah. So that's that. Now we do the automa. Shaplap. So the automa is going to... I don't know what that means. Is that a combat? Does this combat? I mean, they fight? Oh, yeah. With okay. With the cards, they always present you with options for movement. And you start with the first one, and if you can do it, you do that. If you can't, you move to the next option, and so forth. So this one, the first thing you would want to do is to fight somebody. Let's go somewhere and fight them. They can't fight me right now. They're way too far away. They don't have anything. So we move on to the next thing, which is simply to move a worker. So Chris says, you're doing a good job of explaining everything. It's because I'm explaining it to myself. But I'm glad. Hopefully we can all learn together. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So now we're going to move a worker. We have the same rules. And this is where I have a question. There's this whole, you determine who's the most important person to move, which in this case is going to be this worker. They're closest to the home base. There is no longer a tie for that. So this is going to be the person I move, and once you decide who you're moving, you decide where they can move to. And we have, for valid hexes, in the neighborhood of any automa unit or in the neighborhood of the automa's base, we have to move it to somewhere with no enemy unit and no automa worker other than the one selected. So we're going to pick up the selected worker, choose the destination hex, a valid hex. It's in the neighborhood of the most automa units, which there's only ever 1 here at this moment. Not in the neighborhood of enemy combat units, and we're going to go closest to the factory. So my question is, because you can kind of beam them around, you don't have to put them on the space, but something that they touch. Can I go here, or do they have to wait for the Riverwalk ability to cross the river? I'm thinking that right now they can't actually move. Let me know if I'm right. Once this progresses, and the star will actually progress once more. Yeah. What do you think, folks? They need to wait for Riverwalk. Okay, I thought so. So in this case, I don't think they can move because they can't move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They can't move closer to the factory. They can't move onto a space with another worker, I believe. So I do think that they hang out right there for the moment. And again, I'll do the other part while we decide. What they're going to get this turn is they're going to get another worker. And I think that goes to their home base maybe and then moves in. I do believe that's right. Cool. So we're going to have another worker now. So stay there. We're correct. No legal movement. Alexander, do I put the new worker they got on the space, on their home base, I believe? In the meantime, I'm going to go while we figure that out. So, oh, Lordy. I'm wanting to get the ability to upgrade here. So I'm gonna produce, and I'm gonna produce on this hex and this hex, not my people producing hex. So I'm gonna get 1 food, pow. I'm gonna get 1 iron, pow, right there. Yeah. I'm gonna lose all the faction power, and yes, you put the new work on the home base space. All right, thanks so much, Solomon. My favorite E word is pantless thunder kiss. Upgrade, Produkin. We just can't say anything normally, folks. We're weird people, guys. Weird people. I'm quite looking forward to upgrading. Cool. I do believe that is it for me. I know that part. Now we're gonna flip over the next Automa card. So. There's a factory symbol. What? Factory encounter? Is this a factory? Oh, factory or encounter. I think the character does this. If they can. Which in this case, I don't know if they can. Because they're on their best. They're on the best. Let me just check I'm checking the symbols, the symbolism, the syllabus. Step 1, syllabus. Yeah, man. Yaman. Encounter/factory. Select unit. We're going to select the Automa's character. Valid territories. Territories in the neighborhood of any Automa unit that contain the factory or an encounter token. We're going to pick up the character. We're going to choose any valid territory without an enemy unit or an Automa mech. There are no Automa mechs. So I can take my character here, and they're going to come down here where there's an encounter token. Yep, because if there was a mech there, they couldn't do it, but there's not. There's simply a worker. So we're going to remove the encounter token. So I'm never going to get to encounter that part of the world. If they landed on the factory, if they ended on the factory, we'd also just take a factory card and put it place down for them to have. And that's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm missing out on, but it's not mine. Cool. I do believe that is how that works. Awesome. So, down here's where I'm looking. If they were... Who? If they were someone else, they would be getting a mech, I believe. But I don't believe this is them. It's a very small symbol. Sorry, folks. It's as we are even just playing these first couple of rounds, I'm starting to feel like, now I'm starting to feel it. The Automa's character is on its... If the Automa's character is on its faction mat, then deploy it to the Automa's home base. If not, then deploy a mech from the Automa's faction mat, if any are left, to the Automa's home base. So they're getting a mech. Pew! over there. That's what they get. And there is a star on this, so we move. I feel like I'm getting all the cards with the stars, man. Like, Jesus. They're going to be walking on water soon. And I'm over here playing with my damn self. Cool. We are moving on. I produced last, so I believe... What's some of the best... I could trade and get 2 iron. I could do that. I'm wondering, because I need to get a mech. I need to get a mech going here. ASAP. But I wonder if I move... I'm going to move first. I'm going to move my character here so I can do an encounter. I'm going to move this worker here, or here, rather. Yes. And now that my character's here, I get to do an encounter. So these encounters are all fairly similar. They are always something that gives you an option. You can do something that's usually pretty nice, which will give you a little more popularity and a little less stuff. You can usually pay for something. And you can usually just be a douche and get more stuff, but you lose some popularity, which ultimately helps you in endgame scoring. So I come across, it looks like some people, some lumbermen, some lumberjacks doing some stuff. Own it! Thank you so much for the cheer. Jim Crimmins just lost the game of Rising 5. That's what always happens. I'm not so sure. I'm not convinced that game is beatable. Certainly not when Nick and I play. Thank you, Beast, for the cheer. Much appreciated. I don't think Beast was celebrating Jim Crimmins' loss. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. That'd be awesome. No, I'm just kidding. So I have 3 options here, folks. I can knock down a tree to help the workers with their daily quota. They're just trying to make quota, dude. If I do that, I'm going to gain 2 food and a popularity. I'm interested in that. I can hire the builders for a day, and I can pay them $3 and they'll build me one of my 4 structures. Straight up. That's interesting. Or I can threaten to start a forest fire if one of the lumberjacks doesn't work for me. If I do that, I pay 2 popularity. I go down, and I do not start off very popular. But I'll gain a worker and 3 wood. I am going to do the nice thing. I'm going to gain 2 food. Bam and bam. And I'm going to go up 1 on my popularity. And the reason is I want to be able to upgrade, or enlist rather, and I can get 4 food right there. So, that encounter is done. Cool. I do believe that is my turn. We're going to go to the Automa's turn. Let's see what they're going to do. So if they are the people that I'm playing against, I'm getting bad luck here. I'm going to move a worker. So I'm going to move this feller right here because he is closest to home base because he's on home base and he's going to move over there. Because you have to move somewhere where there isn't another worker closer to the factory. So in general, be moving that way. So that is a legal move. They are going to get a worker. And they're going to bolster for 1 power. And the star is moved up. So next time a star comes, they can start moving out of this area and really getting moving. So that was that. This right here is the enlistment bonus part, this 3rd layer, which I didn't read. If I have done the enlistment bonus that gives bolstering power, I would then have gotten that bonus, but I don't have it, so I don't get it. Okay. I am going to produce. I'm going to produce on these 2 hexes. I'm going to get a food and 2, count them, 2 iron. If you have enough resources and want to do the bottom half of this board at any point that you're on the same top half, you can do it. So I did the top half, which is producing. The bottom half is enlisting. And I can enlist for 4 food, at least until I upgrade. So I'm going to turn in 4 food. Plap. and I'm going to upgrade, or I'm going to enlist rather. So I'm going to take one of the 4 little circles down here, and I'm going to put them up onto my player mat, and I'll get a little bonus there, and I will also be open to receiving that bonus in the future. I am going... If I want to get my popularity power cards going, I'm going to do the mech one here. Yes. So this mech one here means every time throughout the rest of the game that I deploy a mech, I will get a coin. And if their bonus thing shows the mech deal, then I'll get a coin as well. Now I can take this and cover up one of these 4 things. I can either get 2 power, 2 coins, 2 popularity, or 2 power cards. I'm going to get the 2 power cards because I don't have any, and I'd like to have just a couple. I got a level 5 and a level 4, so pretty powerful stuff, which is usable in combat. So that makes me feel better about that right there. And I get 2 coins for performing the enlist action. And coins, again, are victory points at the end of the game, so we're loving that. We're loving that money. And that is that, right? Hella good little game. Damn on it. Real quick, I'm just going to check in to make sure. Also for the movement, it's an easy one to forget to choose the destination of the worker. The valid territory that is in the neighborhood of the most automa units and isn't in the neighborhood of enemy combat units. Yes, so in this case, I actually moved it to the right spot, but that is a good point. This has the most automa units right now. It's this space. So I need to move them into the neighborhood, which is a valid hex that is around them in order to do it. In this case, I moved from here to here, which happened to be the exact thing, but I wasn't keeping that in mind. So thank you for the reminder. Nick just said, Slivers is our Lord and Savior. I will simply agree, obviously. Spracknell says hi. What's up, Spracknell? Sakura said the GM made it up for me. I can shrink things with a fairy dust, but only if I really want. It can't be undone. Ooh, fun D&D type stuff. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Cool. So they're gonna be talking about that. I'm gonna yammer onto my damn self. So we're gonna do this now. Now this here has a movement thing for a faction that I do not have against me currently. So I'm going to skip it, and I'm going to go right here, which is going to be an encounter / factory thing. They don't have the river walk just yet. So I don't think they can do that. So the last thing they're going to do is they're going to move their character, if they can, which I don't know if they can. In this case, I'm not so sure that they have the ability to move at all. Let's just double check. So we're selecting the Automa character in the neighborhood of any Automa unit or in the neighborhood of the Automa's base. There can be no enemy units or no Automa mechs, but they don't quite have the Riverwalk ability, so there's nowhere to go. But on this space, they're going to get a coin, by the way. On this space is another star, so they are now, boop, right here, which means they are going to start being able to move across the water. Now, they can step onto lakes as if it was just ice. They can cross rivers. They can just move wherever the hell they want, so long as it's within the legal parameters of their movements. So that's going to make life a little bit trickier. And I feel like I've got to boogie down. I need to upgrade. But first, I'm going to go here. I'm going to bolster. So I'm going to pay a coin. Plop. I'm going to move my power up. Pat, pat. 1, 2 steps. And I can now do the bottom action, which is to deploy a mech. So I can turn in 3 iron. That is the cost at the present. Boom, and I can deploy one of my mechs. You always have a river walk unless you're one of the 2 expansion factions. So it has river walk, which is going to allow you to cross rivers into certain resource areas. So in this case, if I get it, I'll be able to cross the river into areas with an oil barrel or the food. I can cross the river there. You also have speed, which is a useful one, which allows you to move 2 hexes. But I'm going to deploy my Riverwalk mech. And I'm going to move right here. Pow. Just built a mech. That is sweet. I get my enlist bonus down here because I've uncovered that. So I'm going to get a coin. And then also for building the mech on my mat, I get 2 coins. So I'll just actually grab a 3 for the 3 total coins gained for building my mech. Awesome. Okay. I'm starting to feel like I got a little something going. I gotta get oil because I'm all about the upgrades, man. I want to upgrade, make things cheaper and better and awesomer. We are going to move, or we're going to rather do the Anima. So the Anima is going to move a worker. So they're going to move a worker that's closest to the home base. In this case, there's a worker on home base. So this dude's going to move. And they're going to move, unless I'm wrong, Alexander, they're going to move to a place in the neighborhood of the spot with the most Anima units on it. And that's where they're going to go. The neighborhood of any Anima unit any Anima unit. Okay, in the neighborhood of the Anima's base, no enemy unit, no Anima worker can be there. In the neighborhood of the most Anima units, not in the neighborhood of enemy combat units. So this dude's going to have to go somewhere that's in the neighborhood of this person. And the tiebreaker is they want to be closest to the factory if there's multiple options, which is going to be this because it's right next to the factory. So they're going to want to the mine with the oil right here, we think. It's next to here, but it says tiebreaker if there's, I think, multiple options. It's closest to the factory, then reading order. Place the worker on the destination. So I feel like it should be this lake. Mine are little 8T. Huh? Yeah. Oh, 8-year-old. Oh, mine are little 8 and 3. Okay. So what do you think, Alexander, here? Bozalaw says, you had your BGG link in the description. If you click on games on our page, it will take you to our BGG. But we need to make a clear thing saying this is the BGG link. But that will beam you across the way. Midnight Madness. What's up, Midnight Madness? I don't know. I feel like that's a familiar name, but I don't know. Hello. Anima always scares you. Scares the hell out of me. But here I am. It's actually pretty fun. Now that we're starting to get rolling, and it's just, as with everything, there's a little bit of a learning curve. You're trying to figure things out, and then it starts to get it going. So I do believe this worker should go here because it's closest to the factory. I am happy. Okay, Alexander says, yep, because it's in the neighborhood of 3 Anima units, and the lake is in the neighborhood of 2. What has 3 Anima units? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up and make sure I'm doing this right, guys. My bad. It's in the neighborhood of 3 Anima units, and the lake is in the neighborhood of 2. Oh, because there's this here, and there's 1, 2, and 3, because this neighborhood is shared by both of these. I get it. Got it. Mine with the oil. Got it. Thank you. This guy. Dab on it. Cool. Thank you so much. They are going to get a coin. That's what the Anima is going to get right there. Blam! There is no potential enlistment bonus for me to gain, and they are going to have a star, so this is going to slide forward there. Thank you so much for helping me figure out the movement. Much appreciated, much appreciated. That's why I knew I was thinking about doing like viticulture or this, and I was like, you know what, let me do Scythe because I know there's people that can help me through it, which is probably going to be the best way for me to learn, and I hope it's semi-entertaining for you along the way. It's fun to watch me struggle. Okay. I'm gonna move, folks. Daboni! What's going on? Daboni! Love watching the learning, says Livers. Daboni! Thank you. we can all learn. I've always enjoyed learning. I've always enjoyed watching people learn and embrace curiosity in the world. You know, that's what I want to. That's what I want to see out there. I'm thinking about moving, folks, but I need to be producing. I dare say I've never been one to like want a butt ton of workers, but I do think I need a little more in terms of workers. So I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move one worker back down here. I'm gonna move this mech with the worker along it across the way to a place where I can start producing some oil, which is gonna help me with my upgrades. Yeah, I'm into that. It's been done. Now we are moving on. We are moving a worker. So, the worker closest to the home base are these two bing bongs. We're going to go in reading order. And so this dude right here is going to move. And now we're going to take a look at the thing with the neighborhood of the most units, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. I think it's going to have to be this space. Now we're on the lake. Alexander, tell me if I didn't just nail the movement on that. Is that right? Alexander in the meantime says, one nice way for me to get into a rhythm is to use the trade often so I can get on a roll with the resources easily. You know what? That's something that sometimes I forget. It's like, you can trade. You're losing a point, but you're probably going to get a lot more points as a result. So don't be afraid to trade. Alexander says, I freaking nailed it. We are going to get a worker, or rather the Automa is going to get a worker. Plap. The Automa is going to get a coin. There's an enlistment bonus on this one. And if you have the coin one, you get a coin. I have the coin one. I freaking read the Automa's mind. I was like, you know what? The bolster one came up. I'll bet you next one's a freaking coin. Tap on it. And that is that. And then, boom, this moves forward. I know there are some cards that have the stars that did not move forward. I just don't know where those are because I keep on hitting them, man. Freaking hitting them. Okay. So Alexander did mention trading, man. You can always trade. I can't always trade. But I can always boop. I'm going to produce. I'm going to produce up here, grab an oil. Plap. I'm going to produce down here and grab a worker. Now, in the future when I produce, every time I produce, I'm going to have to pay 1 power to do it because I've just got more workers. And yeah, you know, like I said, you gotta pay your people, man. Gotta give them that cheddar. They want the cheese. Give them it. Okay? But yeah, anyway. So I'm a Perduke. I cannot do the bottom action. I do not have enough food at present. So we're gonna do Automa. We're gonna do Automa stuff. I'm starting to get a little bit of a rhythm here. I'm starting to figure it out. So we're gonna move the workers again. We have a brand new worker on the home base. And they are going to move. So now we're going to find the neighborhood with the most Automa units. So this space right here has 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I do believe they just move just one space straight over. Because they could beam out here, but there's not as many folks. Alexander, let me know if I got that right. I do believe I did. I'm happy that they have these cards just happen to have a bunch of worker movement. So if nothing else, I can get that part down. And the second there's a mech, I'm gonna be like, what? So maybe by the time that happens, I'll at least have the worker part down. So we're gonna work on it together. In the meantime, while I got that like a boss, dab on it. Midnight Madness. I'm so sorry. I'm so focused. He hopes, or she hopes, yellow wins. I really hope yellow wins. Because if they don't, why were we even here? Happy to see you. If you haven't followed us, follow us. I assume you probably did, which is probably why you knew we were here. Anyway, Nick is doing a great job. Seriously, this just proves real quick. I just want to take a second to love on my bro right here. Nick makes this so fun and so possible. He really does. He can see me like being sweat. And he's just like, I'll man the chat, man. I'll man the chat. Don't even worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. And it's like, this great chat going on. I don't know what's going on in there. They could be talking smack about me and probably should. Nick turned the MooBot off. Oh, thanks, Nick. Which is why everyone's just like going crazy. Nick, what you should do is slightly turn MooBot back on just to mess with everybody. Anyway, Nick makes this thing happen and really makes it fun. So that's great. So I nailed the movement, and now the Automa is going to get 2 more power. There is no bonus for me to gain, and we move forward. If you're out there, hi. I don't know if you're still watching, but hi. Oh, I hope you like my hair. What the hell am I doing, guys? I might want to trade, but I'm not loving where I'm at, so I'm going to move. I really want to get some iron going, so I'm going to move both of my dudes up to here. That's 1 movement, and then 2, and they can each move 1 space, so that's why I did that. Yeah, because I really want to get another mech. I want to get speed going so I can kind of start ripping around, because I feel like if I don't start moving fast, it's going to start to hurt. Rocking the hair, says Jim Crimmins. Hello, and thank you so much. I really like it, man. I really like it. I like how it's all short on the sides. The gray really starts to show when I start doing that, which is awesome. Plus, my scalp needs a tan. Because my hair was long. Couldn't get to the sun. Nice hair. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I wanted to surprise you, but you had to go and tune in. Okay, so this has a symbol right up there, which means if you're playing on auto meta level, baby level, I do believe you do not do the movement. I'm going to double check that. So I think that's once in a while that, you know, playing on the easy level, it helps you out. It's just like get a little bit of a break. And I guess I just had yes, so we're going to skip that. Is that the whole turn or just that part of it? I'm assuming it's just that part. The Automa will skip the turn. Okay, so excuse me. So the Automa is not actually doing anything right now. So that's nice. Get a little bit of a respite from the Automa's terrible ways. I do believe I'm going to Hadouken. Okay, I'm going to get an oil. Pap. I'm going to get 3 iron. Boom! Nick, you better been air basing like a some bitch, man. I swear to God. I'm sorry. Pardon my language, folks. Sakura, thank you so much again for paying it forward to Midnight Madness. That is what we're all about here. Y'all are amazing. Seriously, that welcoming environment and stuff. Nick and I talk about it all the time. And how like sweet it is. How badass it is. What we got going on in this here community. So I'm a Purdue. And that's going to be that. We're going to see if the Automa's doing anything this turn. The Automa's not doing anything this turn. I swear to God, I shuffled these. But hey, I'll take it. Let's get a mech going. I'm a bolster, so I'm going to pay a coin. Pow to bolster. I'm going to slide my power up 2 spaces. And I can do the bottom action now, which is to turn in 3 iron, and deploy a mech. I'm going to deploy my speed mech because then I can move, if I'm doing a move action, I can go 1-2 spaces, which is going to be useful for sure. I'm going to get 3 coins total, 1 because I've done this enlistment bonus, and 2 for the normal bonus for building a mech. Cool. I'm into that. Sweet. We're going to see what the Automa's up to. The Automa is up to this. They're going to move a mech. If they can. If they cannot, they will move a worker. So, the moving a mech is slightly different. This is a non-attacking situation. So we're going to choose the mech closest to Automa's home base. There's one on home base. So the valid hexes are going to be in the neighborhood of any Automa unit or in neighborhood of Automa's home base. It cannot have an enemy unit upon it. So I can't have one of my guys there. And no Automa combat unit other than the one selected. So I can't put it with another mech or character. So I'm going to pick up this one, and we're going to see where they go. They're going to do the shortest distance from an enemy combat unit. Ignore units on bases unless no enemy combat units are on the board. And we're going to go closest to the factory. So there's one here. This is the combat unit. It's the character. So I do believe he's going to go right here. Or, no, I guess it'll be here maybe, because this is closer to the factory. This is not a combat unit, so they can go on the same spot as a worker. So, Alexander, let me know if the mech goes here. Come on, you did it, man. You did it. I believe in you. Will the Automa use tunnels? I don't believe so, because they have teleportation abilities. But that's one thing I was actually wondering myself. Let me know. Alexander says, yup, nailed it. Mech ass. Okay. Such an idiot. I'm going to get a worker, or rather the Automa's going to get a worker and get a mech. Boop. And if I had the popularity enlistment bonus, I would get that now. I do not. And we're going to go here. So after this next star comes up here, we're going to flip to the harder side, I assume, of the cards. We're going to flip the cards over, and we're going to be doing the red half down there. Alex says, I believed in you and I was right to do so, Mike, and no, the Automa would be too powerful. It could use the mine. Correct, yeah. That's what I think. And they can kind of teleport around pretty powerful. Like, I'm terrified right now of, like, what's going on. But I started off most games feeling terrible and terrified, and yeah, so. Damn. Howdy. Wild Stallion. Dude, be excellent to each other, man. Okay. What are we doing, though, guys? I'm thinking about Tradden. I'm going to trade. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to pay a coin to do so, and I can get 2 resources. They do not have to match where you are, anything like that. I'm going to get an oil for 1, because then I can do the bottom action. And the other thing I might want to do is I'm gonna grab an iron. Plap. I'm gonna do the bottom action. I'm gonna turn in these 3 oil. And I'm gonna upgrade. So there's all these cubes. There's 6 yellow cubes up here at the top. And now I get to choose any one of them that I want, which is going to make the top halves a little better, a little beefier. And I can cover up something on the bottom half, which is going to make the bottom half things cheaper. So there's definitely a lot to consider. I'm going to do a straight trade. I'm going to take the cube from up here and bring it down here. You do not have to do that. I can go from here to over here. I can go from here to here. But in this case, I just want to make this mech business a little bit cheaper while I still have a couple more out there. Just try to get that part done and get an objective done. Slivers said, I cannot get excited about Iberia, talking about pandemic, although I think Spracken would like the theme a lot. Yeah, Nick just said this for us. He said, I wasn't pumped about Iberia either and then really liked it. Same here. I was kind of like, old-timey, you can't cure anything. Pandemic Iberia is really fun. I really liked it. Not for everybody. There's no game out there for everybody, though. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I got a little bit crazy and cockeyed there. For doing my upgrade, I don't get coin bonuses or anything like that, but that's okay. Sweet. Automa. Automatage. Boxek. Okay. So we have the first option is to do a factory or encounter thing with the character if they can. I believe they can. Just going to refresh on it. So select the Automa character, the Buffalo dude right there. Valid hexes in the neighborhood of any Automa unit and the factory if the Automa has no factory card, which they do not, or the hex with encounter token. Pick up the character, choose the valid destination with no enemy unit, no Automa mech closest to the factory. So I do believe Alexander, in this case, can they go straight to the factory? Because there's no... It's in the neighborhood of an Automa unit, and they go straight to it. Bam! This mofo is at the Factora. So they're going to take the top card of the factory. Boom. They get it. Plat. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there. Now when I get there, we'll have less options. And also there's a dude sitting there. So if I go there, I got to fight. I was just like a goddamn laser. Pew! Factory time. Cool. They are going to get a worker. They have one more worker to get after this. And a power card, which will be used in combat. And if I had the power card enlistment bonus, I would get that. I do not. And we move this forward. So a couple things are going to happen, folks. This right here is going to get shuffled back in. And we're going to go to the harder side. Because now the Automa's up and running. And I may just poo. Terrified right now. Straight up. Terrified. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I'm just so tickled that you guys would come and watch me. I know it's last second and stuff, and it seems like we have just a fantastic chat going, which is awesome. So excited to see it. And I'm sorry if I'm not keeping. You guys are typing so fast, but Nick is killing it. He says they're here for me. Yeah, man. Hey, dude, who are you talking to? I know that. Boom. So now for next, we're gonna go to the I guess presume the harder side of the cards. But before that, I get to do something. Maybe give a prayer. Oh shit. I was gonna do something, but I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna produce first. So now I have to pay a power to do it because I have 4 workers. I'm going to produce on these 2 hexes. For that is where I have people. I'm going to get an oil. And I'm going to get 3 iron. Plap. If I had 4 food at this time, I would do my enlist. I do not. I have 1 food. But that's okay. We got a plan, folks. We got a plan. Okay. So now, the mech will move. Alexander, real quick, I'm not missing anything by not doing this, right? That's combat specific, these things, right? Let me know when you have a moment. The mech is going to move. So remove the one closest to the home base. There's a mech on the home base. It's going to move in the neighborhood of any Automa unit or in the neighborhood of the Automa's base. No enemy unit. So valid hex. Shortest distance from enemy combat unit. Ignore units on bases. So there is... there's a combat unit here and here. You're going to choose shortest distance from the enemy combat unit. Ignore units on bases unless no enemy coming in. Closest to the factory. There's one on the factory. But I can't put it on there, so I'm thinking maybe here? there. Because it says after the factory you go reading order, so top and left. So I'm thinking this is top and left. You know what I mean? Does that make any damn sense at all? Let me know, brother. Pow. Yep, that's right. God, I'm smart sometimes. They're going to get 4 power. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Alexander, question, or Sakura, people who played Automa, do they get their stars the same way we do? I believe they do. So if they max out the power, which they're 1 away from right now, you can't, I'm in the way. Right there. Is that when they get their star? I believe so. Oh no, it's when they get them down here and through combat. Never mind. Answer my own damn question. Answer your own damn question, Mike. Damn moment. They're going to get their last worker over here. He says, yep. Oh, so they do. So that's another way they can do it. Like if they get power up, they can speed up their own victory. Shiza. There's a star right there, so we're going to move forward right here. It's combat, the Automa card, and the power track. Damn. I wish it weren't. That'd be better for me. Oh, Lord. Damn on it, Teen Titans, go! Slivers, thank you for the cheer and for Teen Titans Go. I've never watched that, but I've always liked the look of it. You know, the cartoon. That's like the teenage Robin and all that, right? And Cyborg stuff. We pass by Warner Brothers a lot, driving around here, and they have a big thing for it. I need to move. I'm going to move here. Or rather, to the thing. Your mech can carry resources and people. Your people can carry resources too. But I'm going to take this whole thing, and now I have speed. So I can move 2 hexes per movement. So they're going to go 1 across the river to an oil space, which is the legal move. And then bam, here to a forest. Forest. And then they're going to set right there. My characters are going to move as well. They're going to move here and here. So across to the legal spot and then over here to do an encounter. Because I gotta move around, guys. I gotta spread out a little bit. Just sitting in one spot. So we're in the woods here. In the woods. There's a hippie penguin here giving me smack, asking if I'm gonna gush about her again. Obviously I am. She's the freaking best. And I'm not just saying that because there's eyes on me. I don't even know if she's watching, but she is fantastic. And I'm quite Twitter-pated, as I think her mom or Cheryl said. And I'm not even afraid. I tell kids all the time. I tell babies. Can't even speak a word of English yet. I'm just like, hey, baby, there's this girl out there named Karen. She's the shit. Oh, and Mike, the symbol on the cards you asked before is if you attack an Automa unit, it would drop that amount of resource. And I would choose what resources those are, I'm guessing, which would be sweet. I figured it, that's why I figured it was something to do with either things I lose or things I gain, but cool. So, on my encounter, I have the choice. I can conceive a plan with the patrolling troops in the forest, work with them. I'm going to gain a combat card and gain 1 popularity. That's not my favorite. I need more popularity bad. I can relieve the soldiers of some dead weight. I can take care of some stuff. I'll pay 2 money, take some of their resources. You know what I'm saying? Or I can deceive the soldiers and steal their mech. I can pay 3 popularity and deploy a mech. I can't afford. I gotta get out at least a lower thing. I think I'm gonna pay 2 money here. I'm gonna gain 3 resources. And I'm gonna gain. I could gain 3 food. Or I can gain 3 wood. Let's do 3 food. Let's do 3 food. Whether or not I oughta. It's not a gluttonous thing, so I don't want anyone to be talking smack. Nick's asking the important questions. Alexander, be honest. Is Mike messing this up? Yeah. I can answer that, Nick, for you. I got you. Yeah. Yes, I do believe that is everything for my movement. Now we're on to the Ultima. Lunches just said, and I was gonna talk about this in humble brag about my friend, says the new Thundercats art is giving me a Teen Titans Go feel. I agree, and my friend is a concept artist on that show, and she worked with me at the museum and left recently because she got that job, and it was this whole thing of like couldn't say what they were working on, couldn't say what they were working on, working at Warner Brothers, and then bam, it gets released, like that's what they're working on. Thundercats is coming back, and it's this cool cartoon. I really like the art style. It's like, oh, it's freaking cool, man. Just really, really awesome when you see people like get at it, you know. Okay, so we are on to the Ultima. This is the faction I'm playing against. They're going to move a worker. They're going to move the worker from the home baths. And they're going to move them to, I do believe, if I remember correctly, a neighborhood tile with the most Ultima units. There is 1, 2, 3 right here. So 1, 2, 3 if I go this way, 1, 2 that way. So I think this is the spot. I'm going to put it here and wait for the confirmation from my man, Alexander. Pew. Watch, I'm going to do this. Watch. Wait, Alexander. Correct. Duh. Thanks, man. Okay. They are going to get 3 power. So they're going to max out their power, which will put a star on the board. Boom. That sucks. And they get a worker, which they have all their workers out on the board, so that won't happen. I need to get that damned enlistment bonus for power cards. They're actually coming up right now. Boom. We move forward there. Oh, Jesus. I need to start thinking of maxing stuff out here and getting some objectives quickly. Alexander says, you honestly picked up the movement way faster than I did. It honestly is because you guys are here checking my work. I'd like to claim that I'm some savant about movement in this game, but I am not. We're going to bolster. I'm going to pay a coin. And I can now move up 1, 2, 3 spaces because I upgraded this area. And I'm going to deploy a mech. I've got 2 iron right here. Pow. I'm going to deploy a mech, which is going to give me a total of 3 coins because my enlistment bonus and my normal bonus. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the scout. And my scout is going to move right there. Or right here. Right there. Cool. That is that. Ultima! Someone's asking. I work at Children's. Yeah, Nick. Is Nick lying about me again? Works out at a museum. Sounds like plug restoration games to me. I work at a children's museum. I work with Churin. Churin! I have to move a mech. Cool. I'm going to move a mech to the nearest combat unit. Neighboring unit of any Ultima unit in the neighborhood of Alma's base. No enemy unit can be there. No Ultima combat unit can be there. Shortest distance from enemy combat. Ignore units on bases unless no enemy combat units are on the board. Closest to the factory and reading order. So in this case, I don't know which mech to move or where they would go. Just because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they're the same. So it's going to be this mech would move. And they'll move in the neighborhood of shortest distance from enemy combat unit. Closest to the factory in reading order, so I feel like this dude would just go right there. If I'm wrong, let me know. And Alexander says, you're lucky in a way because the Automa have not spawned all of their mechs yet. Yeah, I know that for sure. And I'm thinking that this dude would just move right to there so they do not move. Which, from what I understand, is legal, that they can just hang out there. Let me know if I'm wrong. Happy to be wrong. They will get more power if they could. They cannot. They would get another worker if they could. They cannot. I would get a popularity if I could. I cannot. But they are going to move the star forward right there. Alexander says they would be right there. I'm freaking out, guys. I think I need to punch somebody in the face. But shit. Freaking out, guys. I'm freaking out. They're like, I know that. So I'm thinking I want to move. Fornicate it. Let's do it. Shit. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move 1, 2. I'm gonna go 1, 2. If that's legal, I can just move up in there because I gotta get to this factory, man. I gotta get to this factory. We're gonna figure out how the fighting works on this. I'm going to choose my combat power and my combat cards. So I'm in an interesting spot. Now I've got 2 units here, so I can use 2 cards. I'm going to use these 2 cards. It's a 4 and a 5. So I'm going to have 9 based on my cards. The other thing I have to do is I have to choose how much power I'm going to use. The more I use, the further this slides down my power track. This will slide down. I don't want to blow through a ton because I'm trying to get to 16 so I can get a freaking thing. So this is a little bit like... So I have 9 for sure for my cards. I have to choose all this stuff before I see what they're coming out with. I really do not want to lose here. I can do a maximum of 7. I feel like that would be a lot. I think I'm going to do 4 or 5. If I did 4, that would bring me back down to 7. 5 would bring me to 6. I'd have some work to do to get back up there, but I feel like that would give me 14 power, and that's going to be pretty damned good. I also have Scout, so before combat, steal one of the opponent's combat cards at random. So I'm just going to steal that. So I guess I can do that and use this maybe, if it's a 5. It is a 5. Shit, swapping. Pow. Okay. So now I think I'm going to do 4 instead. So it's going to be 14 power. I feel like that's got to hold. That's got to hold. It's got to hold. It's got to hold. So I choose my combat power and combat cards. So I'm going to choose 4, so this is going to slide back down to 7. I'm going to draw an Automa card. And now we're going to be doing this business down here. Oh, this sucks. Check the Automa's power range. They are all the way maxed out of 16. Determine the Automa's power. So it's going to be 1. Oh, this sucks. The thing I like, this is good. Because this simulates the game. There's a part of the battling is bluffing. Just straight up bluffing. People might think that, I'm gonna bring a lot of power, and then they just deliberately lose because they don't care if they don't win the thing. I just gave a butt ton of power to a card that is giving nothing. They're gonna have 1 power, and I think this means they're gonna use 1 power card. But when I win, I will get no resources. So I've been had. That sucks. Automa, damn you. Reveal the Automa's combat cards. If the Automa loses, retreat its combat unit to the faction mat. Retreat its workers to the base if they are there. Yeah, so Alexander, anybody, there's a power. Does this just mean 1 card? I guess I can check past ones and see if there's ever more than 1 symbol. Yeah, there are. Okay, so they do this and 1 card. Bam! It's a 2. So they have a total power of 3 to my 15. My 14, excuse me. So I win, which is good because I do put an objective out there. That's a star. That's a star. But I used a lot of power, a lot of cards, and I get absolutely nothing for it outside of the star. So, but it's okay. This dude goes back here. I'm at the factory, which means I get to get a factory card, which is good. And also, I'm going to do the bottom half and enlist in just a moment. So I have this jetpack dude, and I can pay a power card and gain 2 popularity. Or I can do this one, and I pay 2 money, and I gain an enlistment and a power. Shoot. I'm going to do... this is tough, guys. Popularity could be insane to get easy points. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing this one, jetpack guy. Just because I might have to get popularity somehow. This will give me power and enlistment stuff. But the enlistment thing will only help me 3 times. And I feel like you're using, money, which is your points. I'm going to go with that. Okay. That is selected. So now this is a 5th action I can bring my little dude onto. And if I do it, I guess I'll put it up here so you can see it. Must be a promo factory card. You don't have that one. Jetpack guy? Maybe it is. Maybe it came with the expansion. I don't know. I'm going to sit up a little higher, guys, so you can actually see me. I'm like, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm now going to do the bottom. It's the longest turn of all time. I'm sorry, guys. There's just a lot going on. I'm going to enlist. So... I have not built structures yet, so I'm going to do this one right here. So it means every time I build a structure, I will get 1 popularity. Every time the popularity thing shows up on there, I will also get a popularity. I think I'm going to go here and get 2 power. Pow. Start recouping some of what I just spent because I just blew through a ton for no damn reason. I love that, though, because that simulates the game where you get faked out by people, which I've been absolutely faked out before, and it sucks. I think on your board is bolster. Huh? Wait. Good way to get popularity is build your structures. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that is me. Automaton. Automaton. So they're going to do the faction-specific thing, which is move a worker. Sweet. They're going to move a worker from home base. They're going to move to a place with the most automa units and no other workers and no enemies, which I do believe is going to be right here because there's 1, 2, and 3, and they're in the neighborhood of that space. Check my work. Tell them something. I feel like Alexander's my Mo. If you guys watch Guts or Global Guts growing up, I'm like, tell them something, Mo. And Mo was like, I did it in 14 seconds. So you can check my work. I think they go there. That's my guess. It's perfect. Boom. They're going to do that. They're going to get a power card. They're going to get a coin. They're going to get a new card. They're going to get a mech, actually. They're going to deploy a mech. So their 3rd mech is in play at this point. If I had the bolster enlistment bonus, I would get it. I do not. So I guessed wrong. Just One Dude says, Mike, what'd you think of the Gans Schon Kleber when Dan and Dave played? I actually haven't watched it yet. I started to and then ran out of time, so I'm going to hopefully watch it after this and check it out because I'm very curious. Just the setup looked really cool. I saw the kind of preamble prior to the game and then ran out of time, so looked cool, man. I don't know if Nick watched it. Nick, did you watch it? What'd you think? Cool. So the automa's done. I'm thinking about bolstering again. Or, yeah. We're going to bolster, folks. I'm going to pay a coin. Pow. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 power. Brings me up to 12. I'm going to deploy my last mech. I've got 2 more iron just for that purpose. I'm going to get 3 coins for that. Bam. And my last mech deploys. I'm going to deploy them right there. So I deploy my 4th mech, which means I immediately put a star on the space designated for mech buildage. Boom. All right. That felt like something. That felt like a move. I felt like I was moving and shaking a little bit around there. Whew. Okay. Oh, shiza. There's. I think the mechs don't like that I deploy my mechs, and I do believe they're hurting for a fight. There's a 1, and then a mech thing. And then fighting with units. So I'm going to figure out what the symbolism is there. And if night lunches, East Coast Bow Wow, need to finish The Last Jedi. Nice. Good call, man. I liked it. I watched it for the 2nd time recently with Hippie Penguin herself, which was lovely. Good company to have. And we watched it. So that was the first time since we'd both seen it in the theaters. And dug it, man. I really kind of grew on me a little bit. Quite liked it. So enjoy your evening. Have a good one, sir. Thanks for hanging in. They go laser boom on ya, methinks. I do believe that is right. Attack, move versus worker. Attack, move versus combat unit. Oh, so I think they're going to attack one of my combat units, not my workers. It does specify. So if they can attack a combat unit, they will. I don't know how we determine. The Automa will only attack if its power is at least X, the number printed next to the combat icon in the action symbol. Which is a 1. So I think they're going to do that. Oh, I need to slide this down. They used 1 power last time, actually. So they're at 15. If its power is at least X, the number printed on the combat, do they have an example of this? Sorry, folks. I just want to see a picture. If they have it. They don't. The Automa combat unit closest to the Automa's home base will be the one that moves, which looks like it'll be the character. I don't think it matters. Normal reading order will be the tiebreaker for that. Valid territories. Any territory in the neighborhood of any Automa unit or its home base, which contains an enemy combat unit. So that'd be the factory where I happen to be, right next to a bunch of dudes. Move any Automa unit. Yep. Pick up the selected combat unit. Choose the destination territory, the valid territory, the fewest enemy combat units. This is the only thing adjacent to any of their people. Whoopsie. So this is where they'll have to go. Bam. They just drop up in here. So you're like, what's up with that factory, bruh? All right. And then we're going to do combat. So, I suppose we'll do the combat stuff first and then resolve the rest of their thing. So now we're going into combat. So, I guess I choose. I'm going to steal their card, which is actually going to be very useful. It's a 2. So 2 and a 4. So I have 6 worth of cards. I can steal, by the way, per my scouting ability. So I have 6 here. I'm at 12 power. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to use 2 power, guys. So I'm moving down to 10, which means if I do 2 bolster actions, I can get to 16. So that's going to put me at 8 power. I don't want to lose a factory. Bollocks. Okay, Michael, go. Yeah. Do it. Okay. Freaking out, guys. I'm freaking out. Doesn't matter. Okay, we're good. Selecting. Okay. In this case, they have 15, which is 14 or higher. So they're going to use 7 power, which will bring them down to 8. So they're going to use 7 power and use 2 power cards. Now, they don't have any to use because I stole them. Or I stole the only one they had. Which I do believe they just don't have any to use. And if they win the fight, they get a star too. Okay. I probably should use more power, but we're already in it, folks. So, Alexander, if they don't have combat cards, do they not use them, or do they get random ones from up here? I don't think they do, because they have things that give them power cards throughout the game. So I'm assuming if they don't have them, they don't use them. Check them will work. They don't have an area. Ooh! Okay. Holy crap. That's very lucky. They have 7 power. I have 8 power. I win the fight. That was way too close. If I didn't have that scout ability, I would be absolutely hosed right now. Big time. But I do win the fight. So, pow! A second thing goes right there, first of all. These go over here. I get 2 resources. That is so lucky, man. Jesus. I get 2 resources of my choosins. This guy's supposed to be here. I'm gonna do 2 ol pow pow. Wow. Okay. So now I've gotten 2 stars from combat. I might have to fight again, depending on. Nick, leave me alone. He said, Mike, you are going to lose. How do you know? I mean, you're probably right. Nick has to talk about it, because if he's ever playing me, he knows that ain't true, because I'm going to win. Dab on it. No one wants to cheer to back me up? Come on now. Okay. I might have to fight again. I'm not going to seek a fight out at this point, because I can't get more victory points as a result. So, awesome. This dude goes back to his home base. Shunned. Looked like a damned fool. Whew. That was very stressful. Okay. Automa is now going to get a Kain. And if I had the power card enlistment thing, I would get that. I do not. And no star moving forward for this one. Bold space. I'm going to trad. I'll pay a coin. I'm going to get 2 resources now. I can do that. I'm going to get 2 oil. Afraid so, folks. Slur's talking smack on my behalf. I'm into it when he's talking smack on my behalf. X-Force. They will come at you like a rabid dog. I'm so scared. So I got 2 oil, and I'm going to do my bottom half. And I'm going to pay 3 oil to upgrade. I need to... spread out is what I need to do. What do I need to do? I'm going to upgrade this cube to this. Meaning I'm going to get more popularity if I do the popularity half of the trad. And it's going to make building structures cheaper, which is going to be good. And that is that. I get no coins for upgrading per this faction. Here we go, Mike. Here we go. Love you, dude. Thanks, man. We're playing Auto Meta. So we are going to skip the Automa this turn, which is beautiful. I'm into that. I'm okay with that. I need to produce. I'm on 2 spaces. I'm going to produce 3 wood. So now we get the wood in the game. Look at the realistic woods. Love them. So fun. Best $30. Best unnecessary $30 we ever spent. And I get an oil. That's going to be it. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. Damn it. I don't like this fighting business. Shit. They're going to fight me. They're going to fight a combat unit. If they have power 5 or above, they have 8. So they can fight. And I mean, I'm still right here, so I do believe that is going to be where they want to go. Who's leaving? Smash Pack. Later, bud. Smash Pack's out of here. I'm sorry, dude. Again, we're all here for Nick anyway, and he's doing a great job. Smash Pack, have a great night. Cheers. Thank you so much. Hopefully I win. I feel like I'm doing okay. I don't actually know what the winning conditions are, so I have no idea. Scheiße. So here's the thing, folks. If I win, I could potentially get resources depending on how strong of a card they draw. The only reason I want to win is to keep the factory, which will hopefully help with points in the end of the game. Jim Crimmins asked, so Mike, does this feel like Scythe to you? Worth it solo? I'm really enjoying it solo, actually. This is really fun. Win conditions are the same. I have to have more points and money. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's pretty fun. I feel like because it's my first go with the Automa, it's slower because I have to like figure things out, and I'm like kind of going through these, and I'm also talking to y'all folks. So the one thing I really like inside, if it's Nick and I playing, goes boom 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 boom, and like it's pretty fun. But this feels like it to me because we played the thing and I beefed up and then they had nothing going and I got kind of faked out. I'm like, oh, that is what happens this is a real game, but in the regular game against people, I was like, God damn, I got fooled, man, I got played. So it feels like it to me, yeah. I'm into it. Chick, 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 G-money, chick, 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 G-money, 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 cheer for G-money, G-money, G-money. Look at Nick. Nick's handling it. So this is a long thing to say, is like, I don't want to lose the factory because it counts as 3 territories at the end of the game. But I also don't want to lose power because I'm trying to get more frickin' things out there. I feel like I will get all of my structures out, so that's a star. I'm 6 away. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything, guys. I'm just going to sit here with 0 power and hope for the best. They, on the other hand, have 8 power, so they are going to do this middle level thing. They're going to use 7 power, and they would use a card if they could. They win the fight. So my dudes, unfortunately, go back to my home base. I feel like I could, I could get back to the factory, or I could spread out and hopefully make up the difference that way. Mike, your haircut should be 1 star. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Toward the game. I thought you meant like you got a 1 star haircut, bro. And I was like, I think I look good. Thanks, man. It should be worth it, and it's so far I could email the Stegs about it and be like, dude, instant star or what? Like, can we get just like one with like my little character, my little cartoon version right there? That'd be sweet. Okay, so I lose that fight. If the Automa wins, remove resources from the hex. There were none on there. That was the fight to lose right there, straight up. If the player conquered an Automa controlled hex, determine the amount of resources. Okay. Okay. That's that. Where in the flip did that card go? Was that this one? No. Was it this one? this one? Am I just not seeing it? I'm supposed to resolve the rest of that. Where did I put it? Don't forget that they win a star on the track for combat. Oh, that is a reason to not lose fights. Good call. Damn it. I have no idea what I did with that card. The Automa card. Am I freaking out? I'm freaking out. I have no idea what I just did. But I need to finish their turn somehow. G-Mike says, guys, you'll not believe this. I had young Doug over for games tonight. Okay. So far, not believing it because he told me not to. Seriously, what did I do with that damned cord? I haven't the foggiest. Shiza. I might just do this to make up for it. They're going to get 2 power. A worker if they could. They can't. And I will get a popularity enlistment bonus. Boom. Cool. I do believe that I will move. G Money says, had young Doug over for games tonight, talked over moonshot stuff, and he says he wants to bring his keyboard along and tickle the ivories on the side all night long. That's what's up. I'm into that. And also Nick is saying that we have been talking Restoration Games. They are going to be involved in our Gen Con game night in some way. I'm hoping that turns into free stuff for people. And we're going to have our own live music. That is sick, dude. So excited by that. So excited by that. I'm going to move, folks. Let us... I'm going to move this dude here. 1, 2. I'm going to move that mech there. No, excuse me, that worker there. Okay. Sweet. I'm going to build a structure, folks. I'm going to build a monument to myself. I'll build it there. It's going to cost me 2 wood because I have upgraded that. Now this means every time I do the top action, the bolster action, I'm also going to gain a popularity, so that's sweet. For building a structure, I'm going to get 2 coins, and I'm going to get a popularity because of my enlistment bonus. Pap and Pap. And that is that. I do believe the structure bonus in this game is to have structures adjacent to structures. You can't have multiple in the same spot, but if you kind of build them in a nice little line or whatever, I think that will be beneficial. I'm going to double check that real quick. But Yas Queen, Yas King. Number of structures in a row. Any continuous straight line is fine. Only count the longest row of structures you have. Rivers do not break continuity. Sweet. Okay. So in a straight line. JG Mind. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. Someone welcome to Team Bing Bong. Quickly. Howdy. Don't know if you popped in the chat before. If you have, and I'm just forgetting, my dearest apologies. I'm up to my ace in Automa right now. Just getting rocked. And And yeah, it's going okay. It's going okay. Oh, I see. They spread out like a mofo, and they cover hella territory, which I'm realizing at the end of the game is going to hurt. I got to fix that. Okay. I'm learning things, folks. We're going to do the Ottoman now. Yeah, welcome to Team Bing Bong. You Bing Bong officially. Now you will get those cool, mega cool alerts, and you're supporting us. Thank you as always to the continued support and welcoming nature of this chat. JG Main, that's how we roll, dude. That's how we do it. Other people are trying to beat you to it, man. That's what's so cool about this chat. Just so now you know they're here. Is people race to give subscriptions to people just so that people feel the love right away, and we challenge you to pay it forward to someone else in the future. And welcome to Team Bing Bong. You Bing Bong. Bing Bong's a good thing. Make that clear. Yeah, welcome. Happy to have you here. Okay. So they are going to move a mech. This is a non-combat type scenario, but they're going to move this mech here. I feel like it's been a while since they haven't been trying to fight me, so I got to review my moving of mechs. So they're going to move any Automa unit in the neighborhood, no combat units. They're going to put it in the shortest distance from an enemy combat unit. Closest to the factory, normal reading order. So this is closest to the factory. So I do believe they're going to go right there onto that lake. Unless I am incorrect. Holler at me. In the meantime, I'm going to do this. They're going to deploy their final mech over there. Whoops, sorry, worker. They're going to get a coin. And I am going to get a coin because the enlistment bonus coin thing is right there. So, hey, we went tit for tat there on the kinds, which makes it a wash. Mike's got a territory problem with the Automa. I need to spread out some more. That is absolutely going to be necessary here. Just trying to think of what's going to be useful, folks. Do I need to enlist further? It will help me get to another thing. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to trad. I'm going to pay a coin. I'm going to do the 2 popularity instead of the 2 resources. I feel like that's going to be more useful here. And I'm going to upgrade. I've got 3 oil right here to upgrade with. So that 3 oil is going to get turned in. Now, I am going to take one off of this so I can move more folks around, which I think is going to be useful here to start spreading out a little bit. And I'm going to cover up this, so it makes the enlistment just a smidge cheaper. Cool. I do not get money for upgrading, but I get to look really cool. Sweet. Automa time. Let's do it. The Automa is going to move a mech. They're going to move mech. This is their mech closest to the home base. It's on the home base. They're going to move closest to an enemy, or excuse me, a combat. They move the neighborhood of any Automa unit. Shortest distance from an enemy combat unit. Ignore units on the base. So they can move within 1. They're going to go closest to the factory, which I believe puts them right there. They're up in my mug. I don't love it. G-Money says, no Karen. I know. It's sad. She don't like me no more. She also has homework because she's in grad school. And that's more important. And I'm going to get to spend the day with her tomorrow. So I'm very excited. And we're going to play some games with some kids. Boom. Preaching the gospel of board gaming to the young ones, man. So tomorrow I'll get to hang out with her. And I'm very, very excited. But no, here tonight, she's reading just tons of stuff. So much stuff. I think automa combat unit can move in worker space, so they would move beside the leader, I think. Okay. You're right. They just can't move into things with combat. No automa combat unit other than the one selected, so that's cool. Yep, you're right. Sweet. Oh, Hippie Penguin here. Hey! I'm just creeping, G-Money. Oh, you heard me say nice stuff about you. I'm excited to hang out with you tomorrow. She's here, sort of. Focusing on her work, right? Better be. Yeah. There she is. She's here with us as always, because she's the best. I'm going to... I do believe I'm going to move about. I'm going to move. I can move 3 different units now. I'm going to move my character over here so I can do an encounter. I'm going to leave those dudes there. I'm going to move this dude up here. And I'm going to move a mech right up there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm very stupid. I'm a very, very dumb. Sweet. Oh, not reading. Girl, I swear. She is doing work, though. The editing pictures is work and paid stuff and all that, so that is important. Cool. Thanks for being here. Stream's got a little bit better. Got a lot better as far as I'm concerned. And Nick's here, too. We got all the folks, man. See, even if we're not all in physically the same place, we're all here representing, man. And that's what makes this great. Okay, so I have moved. I don't have enough wood to build a structure, but that's okay. Whoops, I meant to do this star earlier. In fact, twice now I've missed that. So they get a star out there. And their triumph track. Let's put that there. Whoops. Dang. Okay. So now I've done that. Automa time. They are going to move a worker. They have a worker over here on the home base. They're going to move one into the neighborhood of the most workers. You cannot have any other automa workers. So in this one, help me out, folks. Help me out. Because if I go here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no automa workers. So I feel like this is the place to be. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, excuse me. Maybe the factory, rather, would be the place to be. Because there's not a worker there, and there's just a butt ton of people around. What do we think, folks? What do we think? 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 Let me know what we think. Factory is the place to be. Hey, man, I'm putting it together little by little. Cool. Let us continue. They are going to get a mech if they had one to get. They do not, but they do get a power card. I will get a coin for my enlistment bonus. That's sweet. I kind of lucked into that one a couple times in a row here. And they're going to move this up here. I'm sorry I've been missing out a couple times, guys. I've just gotten kind of swamped with other things and totally forgot. So that's on me. My bad. Let us... up there. I'm going to produce 3 wood from this hex. Plap, and 1 food on this hex. Cool. Cool. Slipper says, Bryce Murph, I paid big money to have you burst through the green screen Hulk Hogan style. Just like start wrestling, put me in an armbar, knock me out. No, sorry, not factory worker can be in the neighborhood of an enemy can't be in the neighborhood of an enemy combat unit. That's a very good point. I'm right there. We're all human, dude. I'm thinking then that we go back to here. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a butt ton of people and no other workers. So I do believe we go back to the forest. You're right. They ain't trying to fight, man. They're just a bunch of farmers, bunch of dirt people. I need to pay a power for my Perdukin right there, by the way. I don't have enough food to do my enlistment, but that's okay. Automua. They're going to do a factory or an encounter. So they've already gotten the factory card, so they're not going to do that. They are going to, I think, beam over here or here. So I think it would be here for normal reading order and grab that encounter. I'm going to double check that. That would be the move. This to the encounter. Is that what we're talking about? If so, man, you're fast. You're faster than I can even think. In the neighborhood of any Automa unit, factory, if they have no factory card, a hex with an encounter token. Tiebreakers closest to the factory, and then reading order. This is 2 from the factory. That's 2. I do believe they're going to go right there and pick up that encounter. Yeah. Boom. They are going to get a power card and 2 coins. Power card. 2 coins. I'm going to get a coin for the enlistment bonus. Man, I've been hitting that, man. It's like slots. Pow. And the star thing will move forward. Pow, 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 pow. I hope everyone's having a great night, by the way. I'm having a damned good time. Just the funnest. Just the funnest. Although I feel like, you know, it's settling in. I've got to get my shit together here. Because it's getting rough out there. Got to get something going here. Okay. Thinking about it. Oh, I never did my damned encounter. I'm going to retroactively do my encounter. I knew if I didn't do it right then, I was totally going to forget. So my character's encounter from last turn. And rolling into town, I can whistle while you wait for the geese across the road. There's a lady trying to get her geese across the way. I can gain 2 money in a popularity. I can pay the girl for a pet geese, as you will call them dinner. I can pay 2 money in game for food. Or I can feed the geese to your animal and claim the farm as my own. Pay 2 popularity to build a structure. I think I'm going to do the 2 money and a popularity. Because that's 2 points and you know, and popularity. That's good. I choose the friendly option almost always because I'm trying to push the popularity. Anyway, now I'm going to do my turn. Sorry about that, folks. Fun thing about solo is she's like, I'm just going to do it now. Anyone got a problem with that? No one here? Great. I'm going to move. I'm going to spread out a smidge. I'm going to put a worker over here. I'm going to put a worker over there. And I'm going to bring my dude over here and do another encounter. I'm going to do it right now so I don't forget. I crossed the river to the oil, by the way. So you know I can do that. Legal move. So in this, there's kids playing like in a treehouse and a rope swing and stuff. So I can observe a childhood game of war, and I can gain a combat card and a popularity. Interesting. I can toss some coins to the kids on behalf of my faction. I can pay 2 to gain 3 popularity. Or I can cut down the tree to signal the end of an age of innocence. Just go home. Get a job. Which I'll pay 2 popularity and game 4 would. F that. I'm going to pay 2 money to gain 3 popularity, folks. That seems like a fair trade. I'm going to go 1 and 2 and a 3. So we're almost to the top echelon of scoring, which is really where I want to be. If I can get to 18 and get a star out, that's great. But, you know, either way. Okay, so I did that. I'm going to build a structure. I'm going to pay 2 wood. I'm going to build a mill. I'll put my mill right. Does that have to be in a straight line, these, or continuous? I think continuous is good. I'm going to build a mill right there. No, just do it in a smart place, you jackass. Do it right here in this woods area. Cool. I get 2 coins. 1 and a 2. I will get a popularity for building a structure, which does just get me into that top echelon for scoring. And that's that. Automaton is upon. We're going to move a mech. First, we're going to move a mech in a non-fighting way. So the closest to the base, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is going to be this mech right here. So I can't move it anywhere where there's an enemy unit or an automa combat unit. So shortest distance from the enemy combat unit. Ignore units on bases. Closest to the factory. So I feel like the factory is going to be the spot. As that is the first tiebreaker. It's within the distance of 1. These do not have to not be. They can be. They can be next to other thing, but or an enemy, but they can't be on a space with an enemy because this is not a fight action. Check me if I'm wrong, folks, but I think I'm good. They're going to gain 2 power, pap, and a mech if they could. They cannot. And the stars move forward, so another star goes out. They are 1 star away from ending the game. Or no, they're not. Where's their 6th star? Huh? I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I missing a star, folks? Sure am. There's a star in the damn bag. That's actually great news. Whoops. Okay, they have 2 stars from victory. Whew! I was just like, what happened? I thought I was like closer than that. Scheiße, what are these? Don't think I'm getting those. Okay, so I just moved. I could trad. I think I'm going to trade, folks. I'm going to turn in a cane. I'm going to get 2 food. Oh, no. In hopes of getting another enlistment done here. I don't have oil to the bottom action, so we're going to Automa. The Automa is going to be skipped this turn. That's a good time to have the Autometa pop in. Sweet. I'm going to go down in power. Pap. And I'm going to produce 1 food over here and 2 wood over there. I have 3 food, so I'm going to turn in 3 food. I'm going to enlist. Pow. I'm going to gain 2 coins for enlisting. I suppose I have more upgrades than enlistings to do. So I'm going to take this one off of here, and I'm going to put it on the popularity. Go up to 15 popularity, get me closer to that potential objective. And the 2 coins, like I said, And that's that. Automa time. There's going to be an encounter. If they can. So we're going to take the character and go. In the neighborhood of any Automa unit. This is one up here. So there can be no Automa mechs or enemy units close to the factory reading order. So this is adjacent. I think this is the move up here, as there is nothing else that they're adjacent to that don't have me in them and stuff. So that is that. They are going to get a worker if they could. They cannot, but they do get 2 coins. Let me get one of these here. Make some change. And we're going to scooch forward there. Ooh. I have got to boogie down, folks. I've got at max like 3 rounds left. So I've got to get some stuff done. Whew. I'm going to move. Pow. Let us move. I'm going to move a mech there. A worker here. I'll bring my stuff. Remind me, folks, does this count as controlling this area? I have a mill here. There's no one else there. So I believe if there's no enemy units and I have a structure there, that counts. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm trying to spread out here before the end of the game just to try to make sure I, keep my business structures, give control. Thought so. Just haven't played this game overall that many times. So I moved a mech, I moved that, and I do believe I'll move this guy out, derp, right there. Cool. I'm gonna build a structure. I've got 2 wood right here. I'm going to build a mine right there. I'm going to get a popularity for building a structure. I'm going to get 2 coins for building a structure. And it's Automa time, folks. So they are going to attack workers. How dare they? Dang, that's a bummer. So we're going to do an attack move versus worker. So select an Automa combat unit closest to the Automa's base, which will be the character. So they have to move into the neighborhood of any Automa unit or in the neighborhood of the Automa's base. It has to contain an enemy worker and no combat unit. I believe it's going to be this person here. Because they want to fight closest to the factory. Have the most resources, rather. So it will be this one for sure. So we're going to come over here. Boop! Just a big mech pops up. And the dude's just like, whew, oh, shit. Ah! They're going to run away. I'm going to lose this food. And they're going to run away. Dang. Moogie Boogie! Moogs to the Boogs up in this mug. What's up, Moogie Boogs? Place selected unit on the designated hex. Retreat enemy workers to their base. Remove resources from hex. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but that's a bummer. Okay. Well... I am going to I'm going to bolster. I'm going to pay a coin. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to gain a popularity. I don't have any mechs to deploy, or else I would do that. We're going to shuffle up our automas here. And I'm going to see if I just misplace a card or did I lose a card. I should have 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 19. All right, so earlier in the game, I just misplaced a card. I put it in some stack, but then I couldn't recognize the card anymore, so... Moogie Boogie's just living the life, man. Just living the life, says. Just handling it. Bam. Okay, they're going to attack workers again. Really, this damn card? I realized I didn't do the back half of this, so I'm going to do it real quick. 1, 2, 3. They gain a coin. This is from the... or they just did this. Why did I shuffle that? No, I didn't finish it. I'm tripping. Guys, sometimes I get ahead of myself. And then now this comes up again. So they're going to attack a worker. So the combat unit closest to base, which is this one, is going to attack the worker... has to be in the neighborhood of an automa character or automa unit. It has to contain an enemy worker and no enemy combat units. It has to be a valid item. It has to be the most resources if 0. Close to the factory in reading order. I do believe this is the closest. They're adjacent. Or it's this. Which is 1, 2, 1, 2. So maybe this one? Where's the stream boss? Oh, snap. My bad. He's here. He's somewhere. Where is the stream boss? That? Oh, wait. Huh? There. Stream boss. Sorry, I forgot to turn him back on. He's right there. Closest to the factory and reading order. Yeah, I think it's the one on the mine. I wish it wasn't. These guys are coming to all the things I really would rather they not be at. So I might need to fight just to stomp these fools out real quick. Do those count as victories, by the way? For fights? Because if so, they need to have 1 star out there. Because they just did the last round was against a... Oh, the mind of the... Oh, this one? Oh, I'll do that. That's fine. Bam. Do they win combat for this? Vidger, see you later. We'll see you on Tuesday. Because if so, for the last round, they should... stars are against combat units. Okay, I thought so. Cool. All right, that still is a boomer. Okay. That sucks. They're going to get 3 power. A coin. I'm not loving these lately. And this is going to move forward, which means a star goes out. So they're 1 star officially away. Matty Ice. 23. Hello. Welcome, Matty Ice. Welcome, Team Bing Bong. Bing Bong. Boom. How art thou? Hopefully having a good night. If you haven't popped in the chat, pop in and say hello if you wish. If you had and I hadn't seen it, I apologize. I'm getting my ass kicked, I feel like. Maybe that doesn't matter. Okay, sorry, folks. We're going to move. I'm going to move 1, 2, and 1. And is there any... I'm going to go 1 through the mine and up here. Cool. I'm going to do the bottom action. I'm going to build a structure. Use 2 wood. I'm going to build a structure up here. I'm going to build an armory. Boop. Which means if I trade and do stuff like that, I also get to bolster. That is my 4th structure. So I will... JG Mind. Up in here. And 3, 2, 1, boogie down. I'm getting good at that, man. Matty Ice, welcome to Team Bing Bong. You just been subscribed. Joke's on you, dog. Welcome to Team Bing Bong, man. Time to airbase it, as Nick was doing there. Nick, that was sloppy airbase. I want you to tighten it up. Tighten it and tune it, okay? Welcome to Team Bing Bong. Now you'll get even more cool stuff. You get to support us, man. Make sure to pay it forward to someone else in the future. Starbuck. What's up, Sakura? What's up, Starbuck? I like that. I like that right there. What's up, store? Okay. So I got a 4th star out there. And I get 2 coins and a popularity. Ooh, that's actually beautiful. 2 coins. Pow. A popularity, which gets me to the max of my popularity, so I get another star out there. How can I get a 6th star, folks? That's going to be the question. Let us do this first. Pow. Automa is going to attack. If they have 5 power, if they do... Oh! Don't this... No! That's okay. That's okay. We're good. All right. Okay. Okay. Shiza. Sorry, folks. So they are going to move. Where did I just put that? Bam, 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 bam. Starbucks been subscribed. Yeah, Nick's in the chat. I'm the guy talking on the screen. Shoot. So these guys, sorry, are going to attack, and I can't find that. Attack move versus a combat unit. Okay. So, they're going to attack here. Select the automated unit closest to the base. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be this dude. Has to be in the neighborhood of any Automa unit or in the neighborhood of the Automa's base contained an enemy combat unit. That could be this. I said the fewest combat units and closest to the factory. This dude's getting attacked. And we're going to fight. So I have the ability to steal a power card, which I'm absolutely going to do. I don't believe I'm going to get to maximum power. So I might just blow through a bunch of power in hopes that I fight this dude off and don't lose a territory. I got a level 3 attack. This is going to progress the star, so I'm thinking... I'm just going to go for it because I might get resources enough to be able to get my last enlistment out or something. So I'm going to max out 7 power and 3 on this card. That's what I'm doing, folks. You got to go for it, folks. Tigo Bitty's up in here. I just finished the game yesterday, too, with 6 stars, but still came in last. Bummer. Gotten all of your things and still came in last. I feel like that's not going to happen very often, so you just keep it up. I did my stuff. Now we're going to draw an Automa card. It's going to have the power on the bottom. So if they have 8 to 13, which they are in the range of, they're going to do 1 power and no power card. So I've been had again, but hey, that's okay. So they're going to spend 1 power. Boop.
Damn it. Okay. This is going to work. No, it's not. Damn it. This might work. Damn. Okay. I just want to find a way to get my 6th star. Okay, so I win the fight, which is sweet. I'm going to get a resource. I'm going to get a food. Just, yeah. And they're gonna run away home now. Bam. Now that has been resolved, they are going to get a coin, since they cannot deploy a mech. And the Star Trekker moves forward 1 space. So I delayed the end of the game. Depending on the... Oh, whoops. They had 1 and... Oh, no, they didn't do a card. That's right. Depending on what comes up here, I might get 1 more round after this. But I have to assume this is the last round. So... I don't know what, if anything, I can do that is particularly useful. I'm maxed out on popularity. I can't bolster enough to get all the way to the top and get a star out that way. I can't get enough food. I could trade for enough food, but without another turn to do the production, I don't know if I could enlist. So I could trade this because it will turn into 3 points. So that'll be worth it at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the trade because this will be a net gain in all likelihood. I'm going to pay a coin. I'm going to gain 2 resources, 2 food. I'm also going to bolster 1 because I have my armory out. And that's going to be that. So, moving on. Can't you do an objective? Not that I know of, dude. I can't see anything that I can do. This objective? Yeah. No. I have to have two territories around the factory and no factory card, and stockpile for the winner, control a territory with 9 or more resource tokens, at least 1 of each time. Neither of those are going to happen, unfortunately. So I really don't think there's any objectives I can gain. Let's just hope this doesn't have a star on it. Boom! It does. Okay, that's fine. They're going to attack. Son of a bitch. Leave me alone. Oh, no. That's a different person. That'd be if it's a specific faction, which they are not. They're going to do an encounter if they can. There are no encounter tokens adjacent to Automo players. They're going to do the 3rd option, which I can't remember what that symbol is. Oh, probably on my little reference sheet, rather. I think it's the character moving. Non-attacking character move. So our character is going to move if they can. So they're going to move close to a person without actually being on their thing. Closer to the factory. There can be no Automa mech on this space. There can be no enemy units on this space. Has to be closest to the factory. So I believe those move to the lake because it's 1 spot closer to the factory and also the shortest distance from an enemy combat unit. Yeah. I think that's that. Boom. I maybe should have tried to move and take over the factory again as my last turn, but tis what tis. They're going to get a power card. They're going to get 2 coins. Ouch, man. They've been just stacking up these coins. I feel like I have more, but yeah. And I'm going to get a coin for my enlistment bonus. I will absolutely take that. Cool. And they move forward here, which puts 1 last star out there. If they have 6 stars out, the game is over. Okay, so at this point, we scored normally, you said, Alexander, and we just go for it, I believe. See where we are, see who came out on top. End game like normal. Scoring. The Automa scores coins as if they were a human player, so 4 coins per star are placed, including those outside. So again, they're always in the middle, so they're going to score this middle track. So they got all 6 stars out. So that's going to be 6 times 4 is 24. Bam. Let's just see how many ones they've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do a 5 spot. Swap that out real quick. Make my life easier. Boom. So you got 24 there. They're going to get 3 points per territory. They have the factory, so they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Jesus Christ. Sorry. So that's going to be 39 points. Ow. Now I get why they move like they move. They're just spreading out all over the place. It's looking like a real Mike Murph game over there, man. Dominating. And they don't, I guess, have resources they produce. Doesn't gain coins for these, thankfully. But they gained a lot elsewhere. You score in the multiplayer game except for the resources. You score a maximum of 6 resources per territory. Okay. So if I had 1,000 resources on there, it'll max out as if there were 6. Okay, so I did get to the higher area here. So I'm going to get 5 points for each of my stars. I have 25 points from that. Next, territories. I will get 4 points per. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11 times 4. You tell me. 44. You said 44 for sure. I'm going to do 40 and 5. I'll turn 1 back in. Boom. I'll score 3 points for every 2 resources. I've got 3 out there, so I'll take the 3 points. That's cool. I'm into that. The structure bonus, if you put basically a line of them together, you score the longest line. So if you have 1, you get 2, 2, you get 4, 3, you get 6, 4, you get 9. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a line. I'm going to get 9 more points. We're going to do 5, 8, and 9 points. And I do believe that's it, folks. Let us find out. The Automa has 20, 40, 60, 70, 83 points. 83 points is the number to beat. I think I got it. I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 35, 36. I don't know. More points. 70, 36, 106, I think is what I have, to 80 something. That's how you do, Automa. Slapped him in the face. I win. Just like that, folks. Man, that felt difficult. And that is the easy version. that is not the easy version. That is the first time playing Automa version. All right. They recommend 1 level above this. Deb on it. Thank you so much. Beast of. I mean, but you know, like guys, let's just say it. Let's just say I get Scythe. I get it. And it gets me, man. That was fun. So people were asking, how does Scythe do as a solo game? How do you like it? I really dig it. I do not have much experience in solo gaming. Nick has more than I do. It's really fun. It's hard. You know, it really makes you work at it. And this is the easiest of 4 levels, so you could really make it hurt, man. I can't imagine playing anything other than like the 1 level up from this, which basically means you're not skipping turns ever. It was super fun. It felt like the game to me. I like that they simplify it in terms of they don't produce resources, do anything like that. They just kind of spread around and try to get in your way and be a pain in the ass. The movement started to make sense quicker. I think I'm going to need a game, another game, to really kind of have it settle in like, oh, I know how these guys move. And be able to quickly visualize it. And the thing I like is Jamie Stegmaier put in the book, like, there's a learning curve for this. And quickly you're going to be able to eliminate, like, these are the 2 things I have to consider, and then this is the tiebreaker. So it becomes much faster as you get used to the way they all move. But it did a good job of, like, it was very engaging. I felt... Even just, the 2-player, like, I put them as far away as possible, and they just got up in my stuff, and I was like, oh, my God, like, killing me right now. Alexander says, the solo is way more aggressive for me. Yeah, you do kind of have to get at it, man, and, like, they'll come at you. Like, I got attacked twice in a row, right there at the end. I mean, they started getting attacked a bunch, and it's just like, they just be coming for you, man. Which is cool because you kind of have to scramble, and I realized like, oh, who cares if I lose the fight? And I'm like, oh, that gives them a star. And I'm like, damn it, like I should have done that and stuff. Sliver says, Mike, do you feel like it'll help you with a 2+ player game of Scythe? I think so, yeah, because this one probably more than when I play with Nick, I felt like I was under attack more, like just they're in my face and stuff, which like, if you're playing with other players and stuff, they might be a little more aggro about stuff. Nick and I are more like, let's try to outmaneuver each other and be a little more slick instead of just, confrontational about it all. But I feel like, yeah, playing this would make me better because, I mean, I felt the pressure right away of like, you need to figure out your engine, dude. Like, you need to be working it. Here, get it done, and ultimately didn't get the 6th star out, but as always, like I try to produce a lot of money during the game. And yeah, so I like that, especially if you go like any level above this, it's like there's less time. You have less time to dilly-dally and build that engine, so you better build it well and fast. I felt like at first it's like, oh, they're not even able to leave that peninsula, and there's like boop 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 river walk, and like shiza, now they're like here, and then they start just like zoom zoom jumping or on top of you. They get to the factory way before you, so you have to fight for the factory, and yeah, it was cool, man. I really liked it. I would play this again solo for sure. And I know a lot of people really like this game solo, so yeah. G Money says Automa is easier to beat when you're shoulder to shoulder with them. It's easier to hold their spreading back. That's interesting. Across the board, they get more ground. That's very true. In the book or something, it suggested start them far away just so they're not on top of you right away. But that's a good point. Like, but they also cover a lot of ground, and I didn't put together like why are they moving the way they are. It's just like they have so many territories by the end of the game. Interesting point. Very interesting point. Dang, guys. So Sakura, there's this this app called Sidekick. And you can, well, it's not good for it's very blown out, but it says Sidekick. And it helps run the Automa and everything. I'm definitely going to check this out because this thing seems probably pretty cool. And scoring stuff and wonder and how the digital AI is on the Scythe app. I wonder because I mean it's just if it just replicates just drawing random cards, it seems like it should be fairly simple. if it's just based on like recreating those cards. I don't know if that's how it's done, but that could be really cool because then you're just kind of ripping the thing and it might just tell you, bam, there's your card, do your stuff, you know, and so forth. Yeah, I really dug it. I would definitely want to play it again. That was very cool. G Mike says, I vote slumber. Sleeping it is. Time to sleep. Look at the scoring page. Scoring. Oh, cool. So this is the scoring page, if we can kind of all see that. So I guess you can probably punch in your popularity and stuff. So you can be like, I have 18 popularity. I got 6 objectives, 5 territories, and I got 8 resources. And I put in my money. I had 18 to start. Boom. So just as you're going, it just calculates your score, and that told me I had 80 points. That's really slick. Totally get that. Don't have to add, which, you know, with Nick and I, it takes time sometimes. It's a process. That's really cool, and I could have done that right then. I like playing with the coins, but that's really cool. I dig that. Draw a new tile so you can get the little structure tile thing. It's got the ottoman there. It's got the scoring. Got factions and stuff. That's really cool, man. I'm really into that. Badass. Cool. Isn't that fun? I love when you know, apps and stuff do that well for us. Slivers! Out of here. Sleepy time here in Minnesota. Thank you for joining for this impromptu stream. Thank you, as always, for the generosity of spirit. And I will see if the rumor mill has churned out accuracies via the mail tomorrow. Air Blaster, sup? What's up, Air Blaster? How you doing? Hippie Penguins here. I was about to text you right now and say I gushed about you. I don't know if you heard, but I did. So, boom. Joke's on you. Air Blaster. I don't know if we've spake before. If we have, welcome back. If you're new to us, welcome Team Bing Bong. You Bing Bong. I'm just going to blow myself up a little bit. See the cut. Sheral's back. You're new, Air Blaster. Hello. Welcome, dude. Or dudette. Happy to have you here. We just finished Scythe. I managed to squeak out a victory. I mean, I won pretty handily because I crushed butt at this game, dude. Really fun. I really dig Scythe, man. It's really fun. I'm excited for my first Scythe, or my little Scythe, rather. And... yeah, it was very well done. All the details are there. Yeah, so Sidekick, which is a clever name, first of all, seems like a really cool companion app for this game. I definitely am going to try it out next time I solo this, just for my own, you know, checking up on and seeing how I like it. But, like, if nothing else, do use it for the scoring because it's just like pat, pat, punch it in, boom. Very quick, very cool. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. Air Blaster, if you haven't followed, give us a follow so you get alerts for when we go live. Consider subscribing. If you have Amazon Prime, it means you're a Twitch Prime person. You can subscribe to someone for no additional charge per month. You can subscribe to people for free, which is fun. So that's rad. I'm going to get out of here, folks. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Again, I my day got hectic and I just didn't have the time to, like, I wanted to be really slick on the rules and stuff ahead of time. And it turns out I had to kind of work it out together, but we did it as a team, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, this was fun. Sorry, I'm just thinking about it, like, oh, no, it's really cool. And this thing happened, you know. So anyway, cheers, everyone. Have a great Saturday night. Thank you for joining me for a solo Saturday show. Next, Sakura gifted a subscription to Air Blaster. Thank you, Sakura. That is very awesome of you. Nick did the airbase too. Air Blaster, you've been subscribed now, so welcome to the family. We hope we can have you again. I'm sorry that we're kind of at the tail end here, but we stream every Tuesday, 6:30, every Thursday, 6:30, and almost always on Saturdays there will be a solo stream, mostly with Nick the man, the guy who's manning the chat over there, and occasionally me. Sometimes if I get off work early because Taylor Swift is having a concert. So, you know. Tuesday is Max vs. Minions. Yes. Very funny. We're going to do Max vs. Minions. Going to be really fun. Play through a different scenario than we played through last time and just wreck a bunch of fools or get wrecked. I don't know which scenario, Alexander. We're going to have to figure that out. I don't remember which one we're on. So we'll figure that out. So we did that like gauntlet thing last time where it's just skinny and there's just wave after wave of dudes. We're not that far into the campaign all told. I think whatever we played live last time was the furthest we've gotten. We're not very far at all. There's more scenarios left than there aren't. Fourth or fifth at the max. Yeah. So we'll play through the next one of those, hoping to get Riot Games' attention ahead of time. Put, hopefully some of their folks get their eyes on the stream as well. And then Thursday, of course, will be another People's Choice stream. So you can choose what we're going to play. And we'll go from there. Next Saturday, we probably won't have a solo stream because it's a convention weekend for us. But if we can, maybe we'll try to go live from the convention, from our phones or something, do something silly. So you'll see stuff hopefully from there. But for now, I am out of here. I'm going to end this and I'll upload it to YouTube for all of the folks who want to catch up later and stuff like that. If you missed all the action, miss me doing this a lot. Exciting stuff. So you can catch that there on the YouTube. Good night, everyone. Be free, be fair. I don't know. I got nothing. Anyway, just remember, keep on Murphing on out there, and we will see you in the next stream. Cheers, everybody. Peace. Nick is so stupid. He doesn't even what's he do? Click on when people go live and stuff. I know how to man all of. Why am I on the screen? Is that me? What does leve mean? What's leve? Probably nothing important. Get it? Nick's better than me. Ha ha!